Cinema.
Welcome back to War with Cinema. I'm your host, Greg, your local metalhead, and with me is...
Par the Collector. What's up, everybody?
And we have a special guest on, and since he comes on so often, I decided to give him his own segment called Crime Corner with Mick Sawyer.
That's awesome.
So every time you come on, you pick a crime drama, and I was like, this is all he's going to do. He's going to keep coming on, so I'm just going to give his own segment. So he's going to Crime Corner.
I'll try my best to do something different in the future.
No. I'm into it. I'm just
Awesome.
saying that's what you like. That's what you're into. So give your own little segment instead of seeing like, here's Mick Sawyer again. It's like, here's Mick Sawyer and a crime drama he wants to talk about.
Yeah, it's perfect. It really is. Because everything, like even when the previous episodes that I was on, when we were just randomly just talking about movies.
We had a whole episode talking about crime dramas.
Yeah, pretty much.
We picked the Dark Knight. It didn't talk about Batman once. I still don't forgive myself for that.
It just wasn't as much as we should have.
Right.
Because we would veer off a lot. And like that episode, I think was like almost 2 hours long.
Yeah, the episodes are long with you, but it's fine.
Yeah. They've gotten shorter though,
and more on track with what we're doing. So
it made me a perfectionist after a while. I was like, damn it, when I watched our American Gangster episode, and then Cape Fear, I'm like, all right, this. Now it's got to be centered on all these movies because, I started seeing, man, that was really good. That went really good. Not saying
Cape Fear was a great episode.
Oh, I love Cape Fear. I've actually listened to it.
That was like a perfect storm. That was a good episode.
That's one of my favorite episodes I've ever done.
Yeah. Right. And it did really well too.
Right.
We did numbers on that one.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, when you come on, you do some numbers. So
bring the heat with you.
Bring the heat. So today it's really funny because this was probably a year ago. You're like, I want to do Training Day.
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, they came out with a 4K Steelbook edition of Training Day, and we were supposed to do it last week. Things happened. We weren't able to do it, so we're doing it this week. So Steelbook 4K, I went ahead and bought it because it's Training Day, and why wouldn't I? And
makes sense.
You haven't gotten it yet. Nick doesn't care about 4K, so he doesn't.
When I get it for $1.
Yeah, he gets them for 50-cent DVDs. He's happy with it.
I already know, like Nick's the flea market, champion.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
it's totally a compliment.
I work at my craft.
Yeah. Yes.
But I did want to say, I watched the 4K version, and it's one of the best transfers I've seen in a while.
Oh, I bet.
It looks so good, Mick.
Oh, I think I have this on Blu-ray.
God, I can't fucking wait.
I think so.
Because Steve was even telling me, he was like, dude, it looks
so good.
Amazing.
But like I told you, it's almost too clean.
Yeah.
Like the story is so gritty. I kind of wish it had that DVD grit to it too.
Right.
But I'm just being picky.
No, I know what you mean though. I know what you mean. Cause it's like trying to clean up the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right. It's like you make it too clean, it kind of loses its...
Yeah. It's like, no. I want that discomfort when I'm watching, where I feel like it's like
you need to take a bath after.
Right,
yeah, exactly. I want to feel like I'm not supposed to watch this, and I feel like this is too polished for something like that.
But I did have a couple of things to talk about. They did some color grading, which actually enhanced the movie by 1,000,000.
Made those chains sparkle.
Really?
Yeah. There was a couple scenes where they bumped up the color to a certain color, and it really added to it. It was definitely an artistic decision, and it paid off.
Oh my God.
So
before we crack into the actual movie,
I'm buying it next week. I'm sorry, Steve. I love you, but I can't wait any longer. I have to have it.
It's like crack.
I need y'all's top fives, man. I need Denzel top fives.
Oh,
I need them.
I'm actually prepared,
and I'm actually very curious
wrote
to see
it down this morning when
how
I got
similar
up.
they are.
All right.
Because there's a bunch of eclectic tastes.
I know 3 off the top of my head. There's 2 that I'm not sure of.
I do 2, but
I was wrestling hard with 4 and 5 today, but I finally just committed.
I did actually have to switch one. But I mean, it didn't take very long, but I was like, oh, no. That can't be number 5. This one's got to be number 5.
Yeah. I had a tough one like that too.
So, okay.
So there's some I haven't seen. So they might be not on my list just from sheer ignorance. Malcolm X, I have not seen.
That's good.
So
it's not my list is not going to be that shocking to either one of you because there's going to be some deep cuts in there, of course.
Right.
But Who wants to go first? Because
you're the guest, bro.
Yeah, you're the guest.
All right. So obviously, number 1 is Training Day.
Right.
That's just a given.
Yeah.
Number 2, Crimson Tide. I fucking love
Really?
Crimson
That's surprising.
Tide. Like
him and Gene Hackman. That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh man, the fucking exchange between him and Gene Hackman is so good. Like, especially like when he finally like kind of like stands up to Captain Ramsey, because like after a while, like I remember when I was younger, it's like, man, fucking Gene Hackman's a fucking prick, But then you kind of, once you get older, you kind of understand. Oh. Okay, I kind of see where his position was on things, and I kind of see why he was, he had his orders and he wanted to follow them in a certain way, but you're like, no, Hunter was clearly, I always think about that scene when he goes, he goes up to Gene Hackman's right-hand man, I forgot his name, but he goes to him, he was like, I just wanted to thank you, and he was like, thank me? Fuck you. he was like, I thought that was such a great scene, and then like he kind of goes on a little bit of like a rant calling him out, and he was like, "Well, I thank you anyway." And then so then number 3, yeah, Ricochet.
Really?
That one.
That's a curveball. I did not expect
that is criminally underrated.
It is
like John Lithgow. I mean, of course, it's fucking John Lithgow. Like he's pretty much like. After Cliffhanger and stuff like that, like he's one of the best villains that we've ever had, like Raising Cain.
I haven't seen it, if I'm being honest, so I can't.
Oh, I can't. I'm not going to go into detail, but it is one of the best action thrillers of the 90s. Like, please, Stream Factory or fucking, Kino Lorbe, somebody put it fucking out already. It's so good. And then Virtuosity. We there's been a couple episodes where I've mentioned it. Like I think I actually mentioned it on the American Gangster episode because that's the first movie Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington ever worked on together, and it's this action sci-fi movie where Russell Crowe is like this guy that's coming from like a virtual world, and he has a combination and DNA of like. I think like 100 different serial killer personalities, and one of them is one of the personalities that killed Denzel Washington's family.
Yeah,
and that one's a fucking great movie.
Man, I haven't even thought about that movie in forever.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw that in the theater when it came out.
That's crazy.
That's how fucking old we are. And then number 5, of course, American Gangster. Nice. So that's my top 5.
That's a solid 5.
Our 5s are going to be very different, I think.
I think so.
I'm excited. That's kind of cool, though. Glory almost made the list, too, because I love Glory, too.
I was expecting Glory. That's why
right?
I was really surprised.
It almost was. It almost was. Like, that would be in a top 10. God. I don't even want
It's hard.
It really is.
That's why I love asking. That's why I asked that question, because I said in the group chat, I said, some actors, it's hard to just narrow it to 5.
It really is.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like changing them out in my head.
And I thought about doing a 10, but I was like, you know what? I'm not letting them off easy. I'm going to force the 5 to it.
Yeah.
Yo, and also Man on Fire was almost on there too.
Well, that's a good way to break into my list.
Good.
I got Man on Fire.
Number 1?
No, it's number 2.
Oh, okay.
Number 2.
That's still very good.
Number 1 for me is it's Training Day.
All that anticipation.
It's honestly like, this is the movie that like it was one of those things that's like, you don't realize how great an actor is until they make you feel something that you didn't want to.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Every movie up until this point, he's the hero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this one, it was just kind of like, it hurt my heart, dude.
Yeah, me too. Denzel didn't piss me off that bad since Glory.
I saw this in the theater with my dad, and I just remember like, Dad, why is he bad? Like, because the movie I saw before with him, which was my number 5 pick, is Remember the Titans.
Oh,
I love him.
That's
and Remember the Titans. It's so wholesome and good-hearted, and like, then he did that, and I was just like, "What are you doing, Coach?" Like, you know what I mean?
I was talking to the wife about that because I was rewatching it, And I was telling her, I was like, you know how you know Denzel was such a great actor is because he always plays the hero except this one time. And it doesn't come off cheesy.
No.
Not at all. You believe this shit. You believe he's really a crooked cop.
Dude,
He's so good. He's like almost like, bro, why the fuck does he play good guys?
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because usually when good guys play the bad guy, it comes off cheesy. It comes off lame.
Or just not authentic.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like you can-
exactly.
it's the first time it's like, wow, this guy's having to act. You know? Like, it's not natural. you know?
Yeah.
But my number 3 is Equalizer.
Yeah.
I
That's a
fucking
good
love
one.
it. The first one.
Which is
the second
also the
one-
director of the Training Day, Antoine
Fuqua.
Fuqua. Yeah. Finally, after all these years, I can never fucking say his last name. Like,
And like I said, I tussled around a lot because I didn't know if I wanted to put American Gangster. It was like a 3-way tie. I wanted to put American Gangster. I wanted to put John Q.
yeah, I that's what I was
But then-
expecting was John Q.
It was
Right.
like it hit me like a lightning bolt, and I just felt like it would just be criminal not to put in there. It's Book of Eli.
Oh,
Fucking love Book of
that
Eli.
was another one that I
Sleeper.
struggled with.
It's a sleeper.
It really is. Like Gary Oldman, Denzel Washington.
That's one that I hate. I know
They're both in the bag.
the movie. I know the ending. I have not seen because I was spoiled for me. So I'm like, why do I need
I
to watch
remember
it?
you talking about that on an episode too, and
It's
I'm like,
so good,
oh, you
dude.
should watch it anyway.
Yeah,
It's so
I bought
good.
it. I bought it recently on DVD, so I might just check it out for the sake of watching it.
It was
It's
such
so
a
good.
fucking psych out, bro, because I watched that movie the full first time and I never once thought, this motherfucker's blind.
I didn't either.
Not
I
a
didn't either.
fucking
When
scene, dude.
I first saw it too, I was like, he's fucking blind.
Yeah.
And he's being, and God's helping him the entire time. Like, whoa.
And then I
did
watched it the
not-
second time and I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. Do I even know how to watch movies?
That's-
Because, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trust me, I know what you mean, especially for somebody that watches David Lynch movies, and those are far more complex.
Right.
And then, like, really, I couldn't figure that out. Like, I felt very dumb. And also, Malcolm McDowell popping up at the very ending was
Yeah.
very cool, too. Like,
And he remembered every line of the Bible, dude.
yeah,
like-
everyone. Like, that's insane. Like, had no idea he was blind. And
It's like little things you just didn't notice, like that scene where he's fighting where they got the chick out there
Yeah.
with her tits out, and she's like offering him dirty water, and
oh, yeah,
she's
yeah.
like
yeah.
trying to set him up, and he takes out those 5 fucking inbreeds, and the one with the
so
chainsaw,
good.
dude, like he backs in under the bridge because he can hear their clinking off the
That
walls,
was such a cool fucking scene,
and he just does
too.
it so smoothly.
And Ray
Like-
Stevenson was amazing in that.
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like
That was going.
I kind of felt like we should have got a little bit more of him in it because he was so good. He was so good as Gary Oldman's right hand man.
yeah.
Like he was so great in it. Like, and he had a thing for Mila Kunis, and obviously nothing ever came of that. And like, there's even a few scenes in the movie that kind of even suggested that, like, I don't think, Ray Stevenson's character is fully on board with everything Gary Oldman's doing. Because there's a few scenes where it'll focus on him when Gary Oldman does something really fucked up, and he's like, wow, that's kind of shitty. Like,
Right.
why are you doing that?
He's still
Like,
got a little bit of soul
you know?
left in him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it makes me think of Michael Rooker in Super, that the James Gunn
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Like, where you'll see a few scenes when Kevin Bacon does something really fucked up, and he's like, man, that's really fucked up that he's doing that. It's all with just a look. too.
Right. I always have to like crowbar my way into your conversations. You give no pacing where I can like jump in, because I wanted to say, like, I almost bought Warzone,
Oh, did you?
the steelbook.
I have it.
I know. I was gonna buy it today, but I didn't. I bought a couple
it's
others.
worth it. It is absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
Of course, you'd expect me to say that, but
Right.
like it really
I was
is.
like, I'm gonna tell him about that, but you kept going. And I was like, he doesn't give me any chance to jump in. Like, I fucking have to crowbar my way into his conversation.
We're talking
like
about
that
Punisher
reference.
Warzone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I love that.
Because he kept saying Ray
Ah.
Stevenson. I was like, I almost bought that.
It's like the best.
You
race movie.
totally should. It is 100% worth it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad. Like, I'm even thinking about getting the Thomas Jane one
Oh yeah.
because that steelbook looks so
Just
fucking
don't call it
good.
Punisher. Like,
Yeah,
that's what I
that's
say.
what I'm saying.
Don't
Oh,
call
dude.
it Punisher, and it's a great
Yeah.
movie.
Super crazy fun fact that I just found out my fucking self the other
About
day.
what?
About fucking Thomas Jane Punisher.
What?
He's in Spider-Man 2.
Is he?
He is.
I heard that
Saw
too.
the clip.
I heard that too. And
Blew my
I
fucking mind.
went into a very deep rabbit hole on that one. It's not him.
What?
And I was really pissed off and disappointed to find out that it wasn't, because that was the rumor that was going on. I can't remember who it was just some actor, but they said because of the shot and in the scene, whoever the guy was looked almost identical.
And he's
to
in
Thomas
all
Jane.
black.
Yeah.
Even with the overcoat,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, he had the
Like,
overcoat and everything, but like apparently it was not him. And I'm like, damn it.
I thought that was something
This
Sam
is-
Raimi just put in there to fuck with people.
Yeah,
Like,
and you would think, and because of like when you think about Darkman at the ending of the movie, and it's Bruce Campbell is wearing like the new mask, you know, for Liam Neeson at the ending, and so you would think, oh, okay, well that kind of makes sense because Sam Raimi does like to throw curveballs in his movies, but then like when I found out that wasn't him, that was such a bummer, and I that's one thing that I hate about like my research skills, because like maybe I should have just left it alone and just, you know, and
Sometimes the fun facts are more
the urban
fun
legend
than
than
the
fact.
like
the actual facts.
the very first episode. He gave us a fun fact about Vacation. How the girl in the car from the remake is the daughter of the same girl in the original Vacation.
Oh,
That's
right.
not real, but the fact that he thought it was just makes it fun.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
So I said they're fun facts. Because even if it's not a fact, it's still fun.
Exactly. Exactly. It's kind of like, it's like, you know, back in the 90s with the WWF where everybody thought Ultimate Warrior was dead. Yeah. And they brought like, and it just turned out it was just because he got leaner when he came back, and people didn't recognize him as much because he wasn't as jacked.
He wasn't
They're
juiced.
Like, yeah, they thought he wasn't juiced like or as juiced, I guess you could say. But like it was like, oh, you know that Ultimate Warrior died, and then they got a guy to replace him. And now when I think about it now, like how ridiculous that sounds, but like. I remember that urban legend going on for years. And I just like a couple of years ago, somebody said that. I'm like, oh, wow, that shit's still going strong. Like there's still people out there that buy into that. I'm like, no. That's the same Ultimate Warrior. He just slimmed down.
Yeah, fun. Those are fun when you just believing into them is fun. But
yeah,
you did your whole top 5, right? All of them.
Yeah.
So I guess we can get into mine real quick.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Are you?
I'm excited.
I'm ready.
Like
my number
Watch him
one.
not have a single one that either one of us had.
It is.
I know he's gonna have at least one because I know
is.
him. He loves Man on Fire too.
And
so.
it's my number one pick, and you guys did not say it.
Yeah, I did.
No,
number 2.
Deja Vu.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
love
about that
Dude,
one too.
It was hard for me not to put Out of Time on mine.
See,
Dude.
it should have been just top 10.
Right. I'm saying.
I fucking love Deja Vu.
Deja Vu is great with fucking, especially with Val Kilmer and Jim Caviezel. They're amazing.
I went to the theaters because I was not a huge Denzel fan at the time.
Yeah.
I went and I watched Deja Vu in the theater, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I love this movie.
Yes.
I even like Two Guns with him and Wahlberg. Like,
yeah?
Yeah,
I
and
think
Bill Paxton's the villain in it too.
I thought it could have been better, but I mean, it was good.
Yeah, I agree. Same with Safe House too. Like,
I was that was coming in my head
I
too.
felt like Safe House, like it wasn't bad, and it had a really good supporting cast too. Like I was like, ooh, like did Denzel do this on purpose to kind of connect with the Terminator universe? Because like Bill Paxton was in Two Guns and Robert Patrick was in Safe House. And I'm like, I know what you're doing.
Number 2 is Training Day, obviously.
Yes.
Number 3 is Man on Fire. I fucking love Man
It's
on
a fucking
Fire.
great movie.
Number 4. This is where I was having trouble. I was like, well, fuck, I don't know. Because I keep switching them around in my head. But I want to say American Gangster, number 4.
That was hard for me not to put in there too.
Yeah, American Gangster. And then Equalizer is number 5. I love
do like
Equalizer. It's like Black John Wick.
It I'm actually kind of shocked a little.
Why?
I figured you would have had Fallen on there.
I thought about it. I kept seeing Fallen, but those other ones kind of beat it out. Like, I love Fallen. Don't get me wrong.
I think it's great too.
But it's not like top 5 great.
It's like the Denzel's version of Seven.
Yes,
Because
100%.
and apparently too, they said that they wanted Denzel for Somerset originally before Morgan Freeman. Like I'm pretty sure.
I love Morgan Freeman, but that would have been so great.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, I know. It really would have.
I had a hard time not picking Bone Collector too. I really enjoyed that movie.
Fuck. He puts out so many good movies. It's bullshit.
And
Like,
I didn't even think about this. Like, I have watched Denzel Washington movies all my life. I've never considered him one of my favorite actors. He's just in a lot of great movies. But when I was rewatching Training Day, I'm like, this dude is the GOAT.
Yeah, right.
Like
He's my black dad, dude.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
my black
one of
TV
the
dad, for
best
sure.
actors we have.
Him and Will Smith.
It's kind of weird that you said that because it was kind of like I had a similar realization too. I was like, oh my God, I really think Denzel Washington is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, right.
Because
He
I've
like,
loved almost everything he's done.
yes.
You know, like a good majority of what he's done.
That's what I was thinking about
loved.
too as I was rewatching Training Day. I was like, I think he's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize it.
I think it's the hype sensitivity.
That's
in
what
us,
it is. Yes, he was
you know?
so big in the 90s, early 2000s that it's like,
Yeah.
okay, calm down.
Yeah.
But actors always have their, like Christian Bale had his moment.
But
Yeah,
here's the
they-
thing. He never dropped the ball.
No,
Yeah, never.
He really didn't.
It's a fucking home
It's-
run every time.
And
Yes.
it's like now when you look back on it, like, damn, you know, that
They were
was
right.
Yeah, they really
it's
were. And I
more-
hate that they were right, but they were right.
Well,
Like,
it was more so women sexualizing him. Like Denzel is so sexy.
yeah,
And it's like, yeah, he's
that
kind of
got a little annoying too. It's kind of like the
so
Johnny
I think
Depp thing.
I think it made us like kind of push him off a little bit
Yeah.
as our like favorite actor. Like, yeah, he's great, but he's not like because you're saying he's so sexy. But now it's like, fuck, he's an amazing actor.
Yeah, he's an amazing actor.
Shit, even as he's gotten older, he's still dropping the hits, man.
Oh,
Flight.
yeah.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, Flight was
Roman
great.
Esquire.
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude.
I cannot, for the life of me, I cannot think of a movie. that he's in
Magnificent
that's
Seven.
bad.
Magnificent
fucking
Seven
love
was
that movie,
really
dude.
fucking good. Which also Antoine Fuqua.
So now that we're
killed
done sucking Denzel,
Denzel
Washington's
Washington's
big
dick.
black dick, can we talk about Training Day?
Yes, let's get it on.
I don't know when the first time I watched this. This is one of those movies. I think it was one of the ones you recommended. Like you were like Training Day. I was like, I haven't seen Training Day. You're like, go home and watch Training Day right now.
Yeah. I think so. That sounds like probably like 10 or 11 years ago. I feel like I told you that,
Right.
Because I always had that urgency with you, like, oh, you haven't seen it? No, you got to go see it right now.
Like when I can tell when things are like must watch now, and it's like, oh, when you get to it, you get to it. But Training Day was like, you need to go home and watch it right now. I don't care how, just figure it out.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care if it's on Netflix. Just fucking watch it. You know?
And I was blown away about how amazing this movie is, and I haven't seen it.
It is a fucking masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick, so that was so. What did you see it on? Did you see it on a streaming?
Fuck if I know.
Fuck.
I don't remember.
I was, that's when we cleaned the North Side Theater. So me and my dad went and saw it opening night.
Oh, that's right. You said
And,
son. God, I'm jealous.
I felt like it made us closer as father and son.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Experiencing that together.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah. I mean, like I said, there's some suspenseful shit in it too. Like I would have been like, ooh, dude, I ain't fucking doing drugs. I ain't gonna be no narc.
It's directed by Antoine Fuqua, and the budget for this, what are you going?
Do you know it, or do I need to look it up?
Oh, no, you definitely have to look it up.
God damn it, Nick.
All right, you know what? Don't even worry about it, dude.
I want to say 15 mil.
All right. I'm going 25.
Okay. Oh, and David Ayer wrote it. We can't forget that. That was like, I think that was David Ayer's debut. I'm pretty sure. Like,
Really?
Because his directorial debut was Harsh Times, but this was his, like, I believe this was like his writing debut. I fucking love David Ayer.
Yeah,
I
he does too.
I think I know this is gonna sound shocking, but I think I like David Ayer a little more than Michael Mann. Like
Release the
old-
Ayer cut.
right? Yeah, I mean, for him, I'll take it. And I wasn't even that big fan of that movie, but like, if there is an Ayer cut, it's gonna be more Ayer than it was
Studio?
Yeah, studio.
Right.
Yes.
Because the thing is like people give that movie shit, but I'm just like, I just see the potential. I
do
see
too.
what it's capable of.
I do too.
And that's why I like it. It's like, it's not I mean, it is a shit movie, but I just can look through past the shit and see the potential.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was like Sabotage. I think that's another one of his movies that are very underrated.
wash?
You're talking about the Beastie Boys reference? Yeah. Like
every time somebody says that word, it just makes it echo right there.
But that's another one that I think is very underrated. Like I always laugh at the scene when Arnold's being interrogated by those two cops or whatever, and he says to him, he was like, "We want to know where the drugs are now," and they're from Georgia, and he was like, "Hey, sit down with your fucking 20% body fat piece of shit." You know, like, and then there's another scene in the movie that makes me laugh so hard because all of the people in his division are just pleading the fifth, and he was like, "No," and then this one cop, he was like, that sucks, that's weak. Like he's like you know what your father would say, and then the whole interrogation aspect of that movie is great. And dude, that movie's fucking brutally violent. Like I think that's like the most violent David Ayer movie I think I've ever seen. Like
that's surprising because a lot of his movies are very violent.
They are, but I think if you saw Sabotage, you'd be like, "Whoa, that kind of like." Ooh,
I'm gonna say 20 mil. I'm gonna go right in between y'all.
All right,
Are you still looking it up,
dude? IMDb is not killing it today.
So
so we were all fucking wrong.
50 mil.
45.
Oh, what?
I was gonna say 50 mil, but you guys seem
I
very
feel like 20 of it went to
Denzel.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That makes sense.
And another-
Ethan got 10.
10, yep.
Yeah, which also it had a really good supporting cast too. Like Tom Berenger popped up in it, which I didn't expect at all. Scott Glenn, which is
real quick before we get into the movie, there was another little thing I wanted to talk about with the 4K release. So I'm a subtitle person now.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. He hates subtitles, so.
It's in English. What do you need them for?
Some things are not
We're not
always
watching Narcos.
So sometimes, Nick, some things aren't coherent in the audio.
You're good. Okay, so this was an interesting subtitle experience because you work in the film industry. I don't know how much you know about like the editing process or whatever, and I know there's a bunch of different ways to do this. Mm-hmm. But what is the common way to do subtitles? Do you copy what they are saying word for word, or do you take the script and match it to the movie? Like,
I don't know specifically, because the only reason why I say that, because when I was watching John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness with the self-titles on, and it had Donald Pleasance in it, and I never knew this ever until I watched the movie with self-titles on. Mm-hmm. But then when Donald Pleasance would say his lines, it would say Father Loomis.
Okay.
And I'm like, it doesn't even say on the credits, that his name was Father Loomis in there. So I'm thinking maybe it is from the script. And they're like,
okay.
and then the self-titled phenomenon came out with the DVDs and stuff, and I feel like they were like, okay, well, this will be a nice little, what do you call it, like little Easter egg for people when they actually watch the movie.
Okay, let's say with this 4K release, they took the script and they just converted it to subtitles and put it on the movie. This adds so much to Denzel's acting that it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
because his lines. He has so much ad lib.
Oh, yeah.
Because the lines that are on the screen do not match up with what he's saying.
That makes sense.
And it sounds like he's doing ad lib, but it's such brilliant ad lib that adds to his character that I'm like, he's a genius.
He just felt that shit.
He really is.
Like, he really is a genius. Like, seriously, when you get this 4K, turn on the subtitles and just pay attention to how he's adding so much to this movie.
He really is like a brilliant like performer. Like, I mean, he's the reason well, actually no, even though it is kind of like inspired by him, but I always think about the character Bones in the movie at the ending when he like, and I say this to people like if they want to put in work or whatever, and instead of getting handed shit to him or whatever, and it's like, you got to put your own work in here, homie. You got to what is he saying?
That guy's
twisted around.
That guy's actually a founding member of the Bloods.
No shit, really? And he's in a lot of David Ayer's movies, too. He was in Street Kings, too.
He was in the last one he did, Tax Collector.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I got to see Tax Collector too. I've been sitting on that one.
I didn't know
for
I was
a
going to have
while.
this many fun facts today.
I was gonna say you're busting them out. You've been good lately.
It's 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, damn. I didn't even know that. Wow, I'm rusty, man.
Yeah.
Like
And this is Terry Crews' first acting role.
that's
is.
right.
I did know
He's
that. Yes,
clapping for the birds.
I didn't know that was
Standing
him.
in
Yep.
the background
Yep,
looking
that was
buff.
him.
That's what I knew. He was standing in the background, but I'm like, who's the guy clapping for the birds? And I found out it was him.
Yep, that was his first movie. And then
Now it's like because you've seen him in so much, now it's like just the veins in the back of his head. You're like, oh, that's Terry Crews.
yeah, it's Terry
He's
Crews.
so
Automatically.
jacked in this movie.
He is.
He said,
He's always been jacked, but this is like full jacked.
well, when I watched an interview with him, and when he talked about it being the first one, he goes, I had just got cut from my football career. So he goes, so I was in the best shape of my life.
Yeah, he really.
And they were like,
Oh yeah.
Antoine Fuqua was like, you can look menacing, right? Just he's like, give me the nastiest fucking Terry Crews just gave him a look. He's like, yep, I need you there tomorrow
Yes.
at 8.
Yeah.
And
Totally deserved the
he kept
job.
him in he kept him in the whole thing, and that way he could get a credit or whatever for it. So
That's awesome.
Thought that
Yeah.
was cool. So Antoine Fuqua is the reason why we know Terry Crews.
Damn, that's awesome. Well, we can't forget him being the dead guy in Terminator Salvation. What the shaft he got for that. Like he's just laying there. Like I think it's in the beginning of the movie when Christian Bale's going down like under like the Skynet like thing, and you just see, and then he comes out. He comes up on top of the hill or whatever it was that he was in, like saving those people, and you see Terry Crews just lying there dead up against the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is Terry Crews lying there dead? And we're not going to get any, that. No, that's it. That's all you got, Terry
That's all you
Crews.
get, Terry Crews. So Ethan Hawke, how do you guys feel about Ethan Hawke?
This is the movie that made me love Ethan Hawke
No.
personally.
I gotta agree. I'm still not to this day not the biggest Ethan Hawke fan, but he's so good in this that it's kind of at that point. It's like there's nobody else that I could see doing this.
Yeah,
part.
same here.
Yeah.
Like he was so vulnerable, and it's like let's put this like all the great things you love about Ethan Hawke. Like he nails them all in this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
And he just plays the best corny white dude ever, man.
He
Like,
really does. He really does.
That's
Like
exactly what you would expect a rookie white cop in fucking LA would be like.
that was
you know?
like even like certain elements of his performance, was inspiration for me for our film King James.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, man, because like I remember in the script, like Ace had said to me, he was like, well, think about, John McClane with less experience, and I'm like, okay. But then I was like, and then I watched Training Day one day and I was like, yeah, but I think I should kind of play this a little bit like Jake Hoyt a little bit too, but like if Jake Hoyt also was kind of a, smart ass and a little bit douchey, but like you still have that inexperience factor where he'll still, make little rookie mistakes and say like kind of dumb things in certain moments because he's not thinking clearly or whatever. And that's how much I love that character. Like, so it definitely kind of like served as an influence for me, like later on down the road for like for my own roles that I've done in the past. So yeah, I fucking love Ethan Hawke. Love
Yeah.
it.
So great. in this
He's so good in this movie that it literally like makes me put him in that conversation of like underappreciated actors.
I agree.
Because there's a lot of movies
Completely
that
agree.
are like fan favorites of his, like that trilogy he has with that chick.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen any of them. They look boring.
It's the
as
director.
fuck.
It's yeah,
But
yeah. It's the director of Dazed and Confused too.
Yeah, what's his
fucking
name?
Forgot his name.
Richard,
damn it.
Is it Linklater?
Yeah, Richard Linklater. Yeah.
Yeah, he's directed this trilogy, and it's literally Ethan Hawke and this blonde chick, and it's 3 movies of them just bullshitting for 2 hours.
Does that mean we're gonna have to do a top 10 Ethan Hawke like in the future? Because we know it's not gonna be top 5.
I was gonna say I don't know if I could name 10 movies that I love him in.
Oh,
But Predestination,
Good
we
point.
watched that.
Yeah.
Did that on the podcast.
I loved
Years
Assault
ago.
on Precinct 13.
I do too, bro. I feel like I'm
loved
one
it.
of the minority on that. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
thought that
it's
movie was
great.
good.
It's really good. Like normally anything that gets remade from John Carpenter, I'm completely against. Not that one. That one is the total exception to that rule. Like that movie was, it might piss some people off that are John Carpenter fans, but like, and you know me, you've heard me sing his praises for years. as far as John Carpenter fandom goes, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think the remake of Assault on Precinct 13 was better than the original, and I really enjoyed the original. But
I love Larry Fishburne and
I love Lawrence Fishburne, Brian Dennehy, and fucking Gabriel Byrne being in that. Sorry,
Shout out to John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. But I feel like the two actors that get really underappreciated in that movie is Brian Dennehy and Gabriel Byrne. Like, Gabriel Byrne is always good at playing a crooked cop too. Like, you know, he's another one that, like, if you had like a top 5 crooked cop list, he should fall into that category. Like, you know, even with him in The Usual Suspects, which is another one of my favorites of all time.
Right.
That's a future episode right there.
Everyone's always down to do Usual Suspects, but number 1 crooked cop would have to be Denzel.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was
I'm
going to
such a
say
good-
it's pretty close. Because I think Kurt Russell did a great job in Dark Blue.
He really, that's
played
a
a great
very
dirty cop.
underappreciated crooked cop. Like, you know, because you wouldn't think with Kurt Russell, like with everything that he's played, you would not think like he would go there for something like that.
That's the only second time I can think that he played a straight up villain.
Yeah.
That and Death Proof.
Almost. The only difference is he was like more redeeming at the end than Alonzo was. Even you know, because like at the ending, he kind of ends up doing
The
kind
right
of like
thing.
the right thing.
Yeah.
That would have never happened with Alonzo.
No.
He's
too far gone.
Yeah, he's way gone, and that's
I'm still winning.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
winning anyway.
yeah,
Full of bullets.
That's what he just had one
You
bullet.
shot me in the ass. Yeah,
Come in there, Steve.
I need that money.
So let's break into the movie. Like, tell me, I don't know how you want to do this. You want to just start it off? Like,
Yeah,
Ethan Hawke is, he's coming off the streets. He wants to be narcotics, and
yes,
Denzel is his trainer.
Yep. In the beginning of the movie, wakes up in the morning.
I was just about to say, I think that is a crucial. It's not a big scene, but it's very crucial to his character because
Coffee
it shows.
scene?
No, with him holding his baby.
Yeah,
girl.
because it's going to be the
'Cause
only
it's like
moment of
his
peace
whole-
that he
yeah,
has the whole fucking day.
and it just lets you know that like that love, that look he's giving his baby is what gets him through all the shit you're
Yep.
about to see.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's true.
It took me about 5 times watching this movie before I was just like, "Fuck, man, that's
Damn,
a
I didn't even
beautiful
realize
scene
that
right
until
there."
you said that now. Like,
Like,
but yeah, no, it's true though. It's 100% accurate. Like, and then like he wakes up and you know it's roll call or whatever, and she answers the phone, and of course Alonzo, he's so fucking smooth. You know, when she's on the phone, she's all smiling and giddy and stuff like that. She's like, "Oh, it's for you," you know, like, and she hands him the phone, and like I love how Hoyt gets like slightly ghetto a little bit sometimes, like in certain. You ever notice
He's
that?
trying to impress him.
Yeah, he's trying to impress him. He's like, I just want to say, you know, I really appreciate, you know, like it's just the way he says like certain things in certain scenes that I notice. Like even like when they get into the diner and he's like, you know, I'll just go get something to eat. You know, he's like, oh fuck no, you won't.
You
You
fucked
fucked
that
that up. But like,
That's a great scene.
oh, it really is. I was like, please shut up so I can read my paper. But like,
90% bullshit,
but it's entertaining. So entertain
Tell
me
me a
with your
story.
bullshit.
Tell me a story. I'm trying to read a story. You won't let me, so tell me a story.
Yeah. Which that's the same diner that was in 7, by the way.
Was it?
Yep.
I was like, it looks like the same diner
That
from.
diner has been used so many times in like big movies.
I was gonna say I can think of a couple more movies that like very similar diner experience. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the other ones was, but 7 was the most prominent one
wow.
that I remembered. Like I was like, oh damn, that's the same fucking diner. Like 3 or 4 years later, you know, like. But yeah, so it starts off with that, and like you kind of get a good idea of like. Oh, well, almost in a way, it's a little deceiving when you watch. It's like, it can't be that bad, right? Like, how bad can it be? Oh, just you wait.
Well, this is one of those movies that the first time you're watching it, you think Denzel is just
It's like
high,
the Obi-Wan.
Right, the Obi-Wan narcotics
Grizzly
officer.
vet, you know?
Yeah, because it really is. It really is good at convincing you to think, well, no, this guy can't be bad. There's no way. He's probably
He's just been out here too long.
Yeah, he's been
you know?
out here for a long time. He's just trying to teach him the ropes, and he's going to be
Right.
hard on him.
And then
you know, and that's. Oof.
And then after you're done watching it, you're like, oh shit. And then you rewatch it, you're like, you pick up on so many things. Like, oh, he's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just funny that the movie can do that.
It's always kind of funny to me because I remember Denzel Washington in an interview during that time for the movie, the very little special features that it had on the DVD, but like there was like a featurette on there. And he said, like, Alonso's not a bad guy. He's just got issues. I'm like, no, he's a fucking bad dude. I think Denzel's being a look. I mean, I can understand that. You can see there's moments that he has humanity. Very little, though. Very, very
for certain
little.
people, yeah.
He wasn't even going to get out of the car when Ethan Hawke was getting fucking handled.
Oh, God, but that's such
the only reason he got out was because old boy pulled the switchblade. Like, if he hadn't pulled the knife, I think he would have let him get his ass beat until the cows came home.
I love when he says, I saw that you used that chokehold. That's a no-no in the division.
It's not regulation.
Yeah, it's not regulation. Yeah, it's so great. He was like, oh, man, I was getting my ass kicked. Hey, you did what you had to do. You know, like.
Suck your dick. That's what you told me?
Oh, yeah. You said suck your dick? Yeah. Oh, God.
Puts the 45s together, dude.
Pull your pants. Take your pants down. Take your pants down. Yeah.
Racks his nuts,
Oh, man. Fucking two fucking guns. He gets. His balls literally got pistol whipped.
Yeah. Whew. Those things are non-existent anymore.
No, man. And then that was a fucking heavy-ass fucking hand cannon that he was holding to. I want to say a 1911, but I don't think it is. It looks like it, but I don't think it is. But, like,
I've never wanted to have two matching guns in my life so much, bro. And I was 12 years old when this came out, right?
Yeah, he was the ghetto shadow. Like, right. Well, then the other thing I remember, like, my first, like, I figured we would all be talking about like our first experiences seeing it, because you said you saw it in the theater. What was the first time I had hydro? I'm pretty sure it was the first time I smoked hydro in my life, and it was like 2002. So I saw it like 3 years after it came out. When it was a guy we went to high school with, a guy named Jason, and another kid named Chutter. His name was Anthony, but they called him Chutter or Chutter Butter or whatever.
Just make sure he knows who you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Chutter. I forgot your last name. Like,
don't talk about it.
But anyway,
please don't say anybody's last name on here.
I don't even think it is, to be completely honest with you. But anyway, so we went over their house and he was like, hey, and he was showing me like the weed that he was growing, not Anthony, but our friend Jason or whatever. And he was like, we're gonna get real fucking baked on some hydro, and we're gonna watch Training Day. And I'm like, all right.
All I want.
Yeah, I was like, this is great. And it felt so good. He had one of those big screen TVs still, you know.
Yeah, when they were new, when they were
when they were still cutting edge, you know, like I sat down, I got baked, I was fucking cooked. And when I remember I was sitting in this really comfy fucking chair, and I was just completely just hooked and just focused on the movie. And when it gets to the scene where he tells Hoyt to shoot Roger, that scared the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like it scared the living shit out of me. Because for one, it was really dark, and there was just something really menacing about that scene.
You see it in his eyes.
Yes. Like when he says to him, he's like, oh, you're not going to shoot him?
I think that's the turning point of the movie, when you're like, you kind of feel
There's
that
no more
Denzel,
tiptoeing, like you know now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
He's
like,
the bad
oh,
wolf.
he's a piece of shit.
100%. 100%. Like, because when he says, he was like, yeah, you want to get something done, you got to get it done yourself. And he fucking just
blows
fires
him
that
away,
round.
yeah.
Breathe,
and it was
dog.
just, breathe, dog. Yeah, breathe, dog. He's like, yeah, he's finished. You know, like, and it's like, God damn, dude, he's
Dude, the shit he says
ruthless.
to him before he does it is cold as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
You know, if you kill somebody in the line of duty, they got to follow you around in the afterlife as your slave.
Oh, yeah, that's
It said, start you an entourage, dog. double gauge shotgun.
I always laugh at the part when they go down the play-by-play of like what happened after he shoots Roger or whatever, and they and Peter Green's character, which is a known character actor that plays a villain in almost every movie
That
that
guy's
came out in the
never played a
90s.
good guy.
No, never, not once. Like I think this was like the least worst villain that he's played, honestly, in comparison.
Actually,
But,
out of all those cops, he was the least fucking dick up.
yeah,
them.
he was.
It was probably because he had just got shot.
Yeah,
but,
I
like,
always laugh. He was like, Hoyt came in through the rear. He's like, yeah, fuck Hoyt. Ambulance time.
we're gonna figure this out, or am I gonna bleed to death over here?
I loved him in The Mask.
Yeah, he
I
was
was
great
about
in
to
that
say,
too.
dude, you gotta say The Mask. Bro.
I just turned my son
Such a
on to
great
The
villain,
Mask.
yeah.
He loves that movie too.
It's the every time somebody talks about Jim Carrey movies, why does The Mask not get brought up more?
I agree. It's hilarious. Like I watched it with my kid a couple of weeks ago, and I've seen it dozens and dozens of times, and I forget how fucking funny it is.
Yeah,
Like,
and dark at times because I think about that time all the time. She's like, I thought you weren't going to hurt him. He's like, I lied.
yeah.
When he shoots that fucking golf ball out of his mouth.
That part still makes
Shit
me
made my
laugh
teeth
though
chip,
because of the guy's voice, and he was like, because he's
You
yeah
and your friends.
yeah he was like, you know.
It's like he was circling his mouth with the fucking golf club too,
yeah.
like, or no, it was his cheek. He's
Yeah.
like going up and down his cheek with it. It's like this couldn't get any creepier.
Yeah.
It's a fucking kids movie.
I love when he says, "You could too." Like, it's just the way he says that, and then he fucking hits the golf ball off his lip. But also, Peter Green was also the dude that raped Ving Rhames and fucking
Did
Pulp
baby?
Fiction. And
I forgot about that. I mean,
what was
that is the guy, though.
Judgment Night was the first movie I saw him, and he was Dennis Leary's like right hand man in it, and I'm like, wow, this guy's got a track record of just being a gangster or a crooked cop, and I'm always excited when he's in it because I was like, I know
somebody not up to good.
yep, pretty much, because I can't think of anything he was ever good like as a good guy. I don't think I've ever seen.
Right.
If I did, I'd be shocked.
So during training day, we find out Denzel is in some bad water with the Russians.
Russians, yep.
The Russians,
Russian
because he has a
mob, yeah.
gambling problem.
Yep.
And can't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, I guess I think he killed one of their men
He
in
beat, like-
Vegas, or
like a-
beat him to death, or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
The crazy thing is
Lonzo's a
like,
hothead.
yeah,
you don't pick this up the first couple. Well, I didn't anyway. The first couple of times you watch it, but this is all a setup.
yeah.
Like from the beginning. Like this isn't like things are happening
You've been planning
as it
this
goes
all
on.
day.
That was
Fuck, I've been
another-
planning it all week.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, that's the brilliance about the movie too.
Yes.
How elaborate the setup is, because like you're like, holy shit, this guy is fucking devious. Like he set this up basically where it was like a failsafe for him,
Right.
and Hoyt would just be completely fucked. He didn't give a shit.
I was just about to say the only thing he didn't account for was Ethan Hawke not going along.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's probably the craziest part about it to me is he was so thorough
yeah,
and so like meticulous with all of his detailing,
yeah.
but he didn't look into who he was actually going to get
Yeah.
as a rookie. Like you would think like he would have been like, hey man, give me the crookedest motherfucker y'all got.
Yeah,
right now.
and
Like,
that's what made you love Hoyt's character.
Not only that, when you're talking about setups, a lot of the things that happen with Hoyt, it's like those are things he would actually do, like as a good cop. Like he's in narcotics, but he sees a girl being beat up. Of course, he's gonna stop and save her.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
him getting her wallet and like I'm gonna find out what's going on with this
talk
girl.
about
like,
luck there.
and it does pay off later.
Yeah.
this fucking life, son.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't. But a lot of movies they do setups like that, and it comes off kind of cheesy. Like, oh, you had to put that in there so it'll pay off later.
That
It is still kind of
yeah.
unbelievable though. Like LA is a gigantic city.
yeah.
What are the fucking
yeah, of all,
odds? What
of
are
all-
the fucking odds?
Yeah, well,
dude?
you gotta, you gotta.
It's cool. It works.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But
you gotta.
Don't think about it too hard.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's just let's not. Yeah,
But I'm more so talking about the instance. Like whenever the thing was happening, I was like, this is something I feel like Hoyt would do,
Right.
oh yeah,
So-
absolutely.
and how it pays off
I
later.
think that's what makes his character so lovable too, because you're like, wow, this guy, like, he really is like pure of heart. Like he really is there just to make a difference. Like,
Yeah, because it's not really talked about in the movie at all, but he got into shit. Like he had a bunch of shit. Like one having to be debrief all of what happened that day.
Yeah.
All the paperwork that he falsified and this and that and that. And
with
yes,
the wise men.
Right. And yes, I'm going to fail a fucking drug test for fucking PCP or whatever the fuck else he gave me. Yes, I had to walk down by my fucking self to the jungle.
Yes.
And fucking try to rip this motherfucker out of the projects.
Yeah.
And yes, I went strapped, gun out into a fucking known gang territory because I just didn't give a fuck.
Yep.
I was almost got killed 7 times.
After Smiley, I mean, who wouldn't at that point? You know, like he was completely driven over the edge because that shit with Smiley was so beyond.
I don't want to bust into that scene just yet, but we're definitely gonna have to go over that.
Yes, we have to. We have to. That is like, yeah. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
But the first thing I loved about this, because this is like, it's right after the diner scene, which I love. They get in the car. And he's like, "We go into the office." He's like, "We're in it." And then one of the greatest soundtracks of all time, man. You want to talk about timing in a movie? When he hits the switches, boom, bloop, bloop, bloop. You hear Dr. Dre come in with the instrumental, dude. Yeah. It's just like, oh God, it's beautiful, dude.
It really is. It really is. Like, and that also kind of sets the tone for the movie too. Like
a lot of gang culture in this movie. I did not.
There's so many things about it that make me laugh too. Like when he goes and he tells him to go and track down Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, it smells like bacon up in this bitch." He's like, "Fuck you, rookie." And then, like, he goes and chases him down or whatever. And then he was like, "Oh, what do we have here? Jimmy Crack Corn. Oh, you Federally fucked now." And just him going.
So this yours? You planted that shit on me.
Yeah, man, fuck him. He planted that shit on me, man.
Put him in the chair, man. Put me back in the chair, man. Get my legs. Get his legs.
Where the rocks at? Where the rocks at? And he takes that fucking pen and he was like, "Oh, what's that?" He's like, "Motherfucking crack, nigga."
And then when he starts popping the bullets out, that's 3, that's 5. How far you want to go? You federally fucked now. How far you want to go?
10.
You want to go to jail? You want to go home?
I always love
he says that shit 3 different times.
I always
movie,
love how he says.
And then Ethan Hawke says it at the end.
You want to go to jail? Or
you want to go home? Yeah, and I love his Snoop Dogg's frustration of screaming fuzz like, "Man, fuck!" Like just the way he says it, like cracks me up every time.
Right,
but like
because he came from the streets. He knows what's up.
That was natural.
Yeah, right. He forgot he was in a movie.
I know, right? And I know that Snoop.
I even felt like it was real.
And I know Snoop's acting career isn't like crazy. You know what I mean? But like, I thought he actually showed some chops.
No, he did.
You know what I mean?
He did.
Like, it's not a big part.
Him and Dre both did. Like,
see, I feel like Dre was probably like one of the only person that didn't shine in this one.
I was thinking the same thing.
He's just very forced.
I think he's a complete cunt in the movie. Don't get me wrong.
But like,
I think he did a very good job.
He was supposed to be like the tough guy cop, and I just didn't buy it. Like,
all I could think was, I'm glad Beats took off for him.
Yeah.
When Ethan Hawke hits him in the mouth and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." I'm just like,
yeah. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You hear me? Yeah. Like
we should have got Ice Cube for that.
Yeah, I mean,
probably would either him or Ice-T
would have fucking killed that shit.
Ice-T would have been great. Man, what the fuck's up with you, dog? Like I can just see it now. Like Ice-T would be all
Ice-T
over
would have been great. Yeah.
It's like I don't want to go into any 6 Feet Under references because I think about that song that Ice-T was on where he was like, it was the weirdest thing hearing his vocals on a death metal band.
Yeah.
And like he was
there goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, and he was like, "I'm gonna blow your motherfucking dome off your goddamn shoulders." Like I was like, damn, that's a fucking sick line.
Oh, dude, I love Ice-T, man.
I do too. Right. I do too. Like he's definitely one of my favorites, just for like pure entertainment factor.
100%.
So that should have been Ice-T. Sorry, Dre, but you guys convinced. It didn't take much to convince me on that one. One of the greatest producers
of all time, but acting is not your best.
Exactly.
I actually enjoy Dre more in The Wash than I do in this.
Oh, see, there you go.
And it's not even a good movie, but like, it's just funny though. Like,
damn, that's bad. Like, I enjoyed you in the movie that sucked. like not the one that was good.
Him and Snoop were like all that movie had, and then they threw Eminem in there for like 10 minutes at the end.
Yeah,
like
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Oh
though.
yeah, you're not missing much.
Yeah, I kind of gathered.
It was one of those $15 Walmart purchases at 2 a.m. That's what that movie was.
Had a couple of those over the years, like, and those weren't like good bad movies either. They were just bad movies.
Right.
Like remember like those DVDs like where it was like 20 different fucking movies and like
like those horror packs.
Yeah. Oh my god. You were there for one of them when me and Jessica were still together, and we sat down and we watched one of them, and it was fucking atrocious from start to finish.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't remember that, but I probably was.
Yeah. Well, we were. Yeah.
But so next on the list in Training Day is when he meets up with his inside man, Sandman.
No, I was going to say the one thing that maybe before you knew that he was full on evil was like the part where he gets him to smoke the drugs.
Yes.
He's like, smoke that shit. And he's like, man, fuck no, I'm not
But the
smoking
thing
that.
is,
and
it's
he pulls
like-
he just stops in the middle of the fucking intersection.
He's like, shut the
if I was a
fuck
drug
up.
dealer,
Yeah.
you'd be fucking dead right now.
Yeah,
the
he's like-
fuck out of my car.
But the thing is, when you watch it the first time, you feel like that's how it is. He's like, he's really testing him. Like,
Yeah.
these are the streets.
Yeah.
You can't be acting like a bitch out here.
Yeah.
You'll
Exactly.
die.
That's why I said that's why it's so good.
I
because-
was gonna say because it is very deceiving. Like he felt like he was doing it because he wanted to protect him. Yeah.
Until the smiley scene, I really thought he was going to pull it back. And it was like,
Same
all
here.
this
Same
was
here.
to prepare you for this fucked up streets. You
Yeah,
know?
Right.
Same here, and it couldn't have been more fucked up than you could have ever imagined.
Right.
Like, because, and then the other thing that I loved is like leading up to all of that is when they go to Rogers and he gets. I know
That's what makes it even more fucked up.
Yeah, because Roger
he's
was
like literally, they're like drinking lemonade and shit.
Yeah.
And talking about football and
Yeah.
you know.
Which I do love the stereotype though of they always follow the local players. That's such a Point Break thing.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, oh, strong safety, right? Like, how do these people know this? You know,
Oh, they're out there. They're out there.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like, but it's always something that takes place in California too. That's the second movie that I've noticed that because they're like in Point Break when they're all playing football by the water and they're like, Utah, right? Oh, this guy's number 21 is Utah, man. Like, remember he used to play for the blah blah blah. I'm like, what? It was like, oh yeah, I was in high school. What, dude? How does anybody know that?
Like college, I could see a little bit because they get more.
No, it
exposure,
wasn't even
but,
college.
yeah.
This is high school.
Yeah,
football.
high school is
like you know, and then, like, and that was the thing. Like, same with training days. Like, yeah, I follow all the strong. Yeah, I follow all the best players. I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, but like, I always love when Roger tells him that story when he goes like, you know, there was a turtle was on the porch. And like, I can't remember, I'm paraphrasing it. I don't want to butcher it too much. But when
It's a snail.
Yeah, it's a snail. That's it. The snail was on the porch and he looks up, says, fuck's your problem? And they both just like look at him with this glare. And he's like, oh, that's not funny. That's not funny. He's like, why are you laughing? Then he was like, listen, kid, you figure that joke out?
You'll figure it out.
the streets out. He's like, man, that's some bullshit. And then I love when he goes, you know what, man, I already figured him out. And he's like, oh, yeah, you figured him out, huh?
Streets are all about smiles and cries.
Because smiles and cries, that's all you have. And they can never take it away. I love when Alonzo goes, man, oh, fucking finish. Drink your drink, man. Shut the fuck up with that
So
shit.
it's he was like this close to be like, I can't wait to kill you later.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so true. But then fucking Roger says, like, smiles and cries. I feel you, man. And then like he says, and then he points out how insightful that actually is.
Yeah.
And that's when fucking Alonzo's like, oh damn, that's some real shit. Yeah, that's some real shit. And like,
That's when you kind of like think like he's thinking to himself like, I fucked up by picking this guy. Like he's not going to do what I need him to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's the look I feel like he gets on his face. Like he's like, fuck, I don't know if I'm
I didn't want a good old boy.
Right. Like, I
it
don't know
was
if I'm going to be able to turn this fucking guy, dude.
It was so good when Jake started to like become defiant. Like that was like one of my favorite parts of the movie. Like especially when he was like, he points the shotgun at him. And then he was like, that is the second time that you pointed a gun at me. There will not be a third. I love that fucking line. Like, I remember when I was watching it for the first time, I got a fucking boner for that. I was like, oh, yeah, you fucking tell his bitch ass.
Yeah. And the way, just the fucking fire in him.
Yeah,
because up
dude.
until that point, you didn't really see it.
And you know what?
Like,
And there was a moment though in Alonzo's face where he was like, "Damn, this sucks that I can't turn you, man." Like, 'cause he's like, "Cause you got some fire that I like."
At that point, it was almost like it was survival for both of them.
Yeah.
Because he's looking at the other cops, and they're like, "I thought you said this was going to be a fucking thing. Like, I thought you said there was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like, he was going to take the fucking money and do what he's supposed to do." And he's like, "Hey, he's just like me.
Yeah.
Just like me when I was young, like he's trying he's convincing himself, but at the same time, he's trying to make it to where they don't fucking kill him either."
That too, and I feel like though, but that was one of the moments where I felt like Alonzo had a little bit of humanity.
Right. Like he's still going to try to pull it out,
Yeah,
but-
because he was like, no, I definitely see a little bit of myself in this kid, so I'm gonna try to save his ass.
Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all ain't gonna touch him.
Nobody's gonna touch him. I say nobody touches him. Nobody touches him. You know, but that was such a great, such a powerful fucking scene.
And he's like, "Danny, where you going? PI or detective?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Where you going? Head up of this." And he's like, "Give me 2 years, I could change your life."
Oh yeah, like SIS. Yeah. I always felt like that guy should have been played by Andy Garcia.
Just like the best, just like the best places cops, like the best departments cops want to go.
Yeah, because every narc, that's their way of becoming detective is like, I don't know if that's a real thing or if that's just a cliche thing in the movies, but it's like, fuck that, I'll just be a beat cop. Like, I don't want to be a fucking narc. After seeing fucking Narc, after seeing fucking Training Day, I don't want anything to do with that. Fuck that,
Dude, being
man.
an undercover anything, agent, cop, whatever.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle the stress.
Oh my
No,
God,
no
dude, this
fucking
guy's
way.
shit liquid the entire
it's like
time.
you've seen Donnie fucking Brasco, man. Like that was
Yep.
tense too.
I was watching a documentary about a guy that infiltrated 3 different biker gangs.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you do that and sleep at night? There's no way. The shit you must see.
Oh,
Dude, what kills me
yeah.
is like they're not supposed to do the drugs and shit, but sometimes they say fuck it, they're gonna do.
You
the
got
drugs.
to.
You have to because they fucking put it on you.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you're not supposed to kill anybody. You're not supposed to steal anything. You're not supposed to do none of that. You can't tell me the motherfuckers have to hold all that up, bro. Because if you're a criminal organization, I want to see if you can do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Shoot
Like
this motherfucker.
even entry level,
you know what I mean?
like
Right.
It's scary as fuck because like it actually kind of makes me the funny side of it makes me think of this episode of The Boys. It was in the first season and fucking when he tells him that he was like, "Listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take this right here, put it in the phone, and then I want you to slip it out." And then he's like, "Holy fucking shit, that's a lot of shit you want me to do. Like, I can't go in there and do that." And then he stops him in the middle. He's like, "Huey, calm down." He was like, "You're being a cunt."
I love that shit.
That's
I was just like, nobody says cunt like Carl Urban.
No,
man.
nobody does. And I love what he says to him. He was like, "You could take the fucking red pill or blue pill, whatever. Oh, what was it, red pill?" And then like he starts going on about the red pill and the blue pill or whatever. And then he was like, he was like, basically, and then he was like, "What pill do you want me to take?" He was like, I'm just saying, stop being a cunt.
but y'all were talking about it before we hit record. A nice little cameo from what's her name?
Macy Gray.
Macy Gray. Yes.
I love that scene so much.
My sister, God rest her soul, fucking loved Macy Gray. Like as
She's
a singer,
great.
I do love Macy Gray.
I can't do it. Her voice is too smoky for me.
No, fuck that. You listen to metal. What are you talking about?
I know. That's the biggest,
just wanna get her-
double standard ever.
I
But
just want to
like,
get her some hot tea.
so do I.
She's Alka-Seltzer
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something,
We have fucking like issues with our
you
throat.
want a lozenge?
It makes me want to clear my throat every time I listen to
No,
her.
I think it adds to her singing. I love it.
Like to me, I'm just like,
I think it makes it even better because to have a voice that distinct and that beautiful, and then that's how you sound when you just talk.
Yeah.
I don't really think much of her musical career, but as an actress, I think she's fucking amazing. Like I
She's a
feel
good
like
actress.
she
Watch
like
your
went,
fucking tongue.
She got a couple bangers, dude.
I can't believe I'm getting berated over fucking Macy.
Fucking
Gray.
love Macy Gray. I'm sorry.
You do what you want with Creed, but you leave Macy alone. I'm not gonna stand for this.
Damn. Never thought I'd see the day.
He's gonna be listening to Macy Gray on the way home.
Maybe there's something to
You're
it.
fucking right. I get it.
Don't you listen to Mick? We
That would-
always got this.
That would be the fucking day. That would be the weirdest thing that I'd ever been convinced on in my life.
You're
It's
at
like,
work. They're like, "What are you listening to today, Mick?" And you're like,
Macy Gray. Why the fuck are you listening to Macy Gray?
It's Cannibal Corpse. Your headphone falls out. It's like, I try to say. Was that nothing? I think I should shuffle.
I'm losing my street cred right now.
I think I hit shuffle or something by accident.
It's so true.
"This is an ad."
Macy's Gray sales go up 2%.
Anybody that listens to this episode, you got a free fucking Macy Gray endorsement, a really passionate one too. Like,
She's a treasure.
yeah. But like as an actress, so
She's amazing, especially in this little part.
The Paperboy was another one that she did. She was amazing, and like I loved her character in it. Like it was Zac. It was when Zac Efron started doing more serious movies too. You would love that fucking movie. I'm shocked you haven't
Paperboy?
seen- Yeah, the paper. It is fucking.
I love how you can tell
amazing.
that I have not seen it because of my lack of reaction.
Oh yeah, yo,
You're like,
because
I know
I know when you've seen something because you'll be like, oh yeah, you know how he is, like you know when he's seen it, like, but yeah, like in that scene though, and then like. What a troll moment by Alonzo too! Like the warrant was just a fucking menu at like a Chinese restaurant
that he pulled out of his
What you sit there looking pretty for? Like blast that fool! Yeah, like I love that.
This
fucking
motherfucker stole my money. Get his ass. Man, that is a good scene, dude.
It is.
Shootout?
That poor Monte Carlo. God.
Oh, I know. That movie was the movie that made me want a
When
Monte
he's
Carlo.
like, yeah, motherfucker, come here. I got your ass now. And he just starts letting them motherfuckers go.
Oh,
and they
so-
jump behind the tree. That's brave, dog.
Yeah, and
Thinking
also
that tree's gonna stop.
And
me.
also,
Right.
he scared the shit out of those fucking gangsters too. He's like, damn, that motherfucker ain't fucking around. Like he's fucking got 2 hand cannons.
Well, like, there's like 4 of them shooting at him in broad daylight. And he's just like, all right, you want to play?
Yeah,
Shot my
right?
fucking car?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
pop,
and
pop,
you
pop,
know
pop.
that's why he was pissed. He
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
give a fuck about anything else. He's like, my motherfucker shot my car. Like,
I love that this is the one time the car wouldn't start.
I know, right?
It was like that was one of the like small critiques. Like this car worked perfect.
Yeah.
It purred like a kitten the rest of the
Right?
movie. But now that he's getting shot at, it doesn't want to start.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was still running after he got
you know,
it filled
there
with holes.
there really is like this little undertone of horror in a crime drama.
Yeah.
Like, because that right there, and then you point that out, that's a good point. That's like a basic trope.
Horror trope,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a basic horror trope all
Then their
day
phone
long.
stopped working.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Exactly.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. I can't get a signal. Yeah, like every time. It's like, but yeah, like that, and then also like for me, I still think one of the most suspenseful fucking scenes, actually, second most suspenseful scenes is fucking Smiley. We might as well just.
What I was going to say about the Sandman's house,
Yeah.
the interaction that her and Ethan Hawke have is like, you know, it just points out again to how great he is in this movie because he's trying not to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
like he still thinks that cops are good guys.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know, like he's like, come here, man, give me a pound.
You know
And
what? You're still cool.
She like pulls
Just-
the kid
just
away.
be cool.
Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
You
And
gonna
you-
shoot me? You gonna shoot me in front of my nephew? Close
Motherfucker's
your
gonna
eyes.
shoot me. Yeah.
Close
like-
your eyes, Marcus.
Yeah.
You
like,
know, like, and it's just like, it's a great scene, man. And meanwhile, she knows what he's looking for. You know,
Yep.
he's tearing her fucking house apart. Like,
Yep.
sorry,
And you-
man.
and you
we made a mistake.
Well, when she hears it, she hears the drawer where they keep the money. She's like, I want to see that warrant. Let me
I
see
wanna
that
see
warrant.
that goddamn warrant. Yeah. Fucking.
The way she's smoking that cigarette.
She's
though.
smoking the fucking
Yeah.
filter at this point.
Yeah. Right. I was like,
Let's see that
damn.
motherfucker.
That's definitely a Newport. Because I used to smoke them.
Wrong.
Why her voice is like that.
Yeah, exactly. My voice was like that for a little while too.
You and
Yeah.
Macy Gray sound about the same.
Damn, you're right.
I closed my eyes. I was like, Macy Gray?
I'm the
He
metal.
stuffs that fucking $100,000 down in the suit. Which, by the way, man, denim suits, man, he killed that shit.
Yeah,
I
right.
almost got one after this movie.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I was like, who makes that, FUBU? I need one.
The FUBU days. Yeah, like, well, yeah, that was like, baggy clothes extravaganza era right there. We all lived in that
I'm still
era.
trying to keep it alive.
Oh, I know you are. I know you are. That's why I had to send you some Canyon River blue links. Like,
Even his badge.
like, hey, it's even
chain.
boot cut. Like,
Crazy.
but yeah, I mean, and then like leading up to that, that's when he says like to catch a wolf, you got to be, what was it like to catch the wolf? Fuck, what does he say? Like, I can't believe I'm butchering that line right now. He's like, but then like he gets pissed off and he's like, I said when you got to catch a wolf, you got to be a motherfucking sheep, like or something like that. You could tell like he was like, man, I don't know what he's like. Yeah, what the fuck ever. Anyway. And he looks at him. He was like, in spite of what I say, you did a good job out there, crime fighter. Like, oh, wait.
Doesn't he say if you want to catch a wolf, you got to be a wolf?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I always laugh about the crackheads where you hear the one guy that's talking shit like, pussy ass bitch. It's like, you come over here, I'll crack your fucking head open. And then like he was like, this girl was like 15 years old. He's like, yeah, but she was all woman, man. And you're like, God damn, like just that guy's smoky voice is just entertaining. And then like, but I love right when he walks off, you hear, pussy ass bitch.
He and then when he goes and buys the warrant. That's what the money was for, was to buy the warrant.
That's right. That's right.
Roger.
That's right. And that was the wise men. And they go, and he was like, yeah, go get yourself a baseball steak or something like that.
Fuck off.
I've still never heard that fucking term in my life, but I want to use it when I go to a steakhouse. Like, I'm gonna go give me a baseball steak. Like, is that a real thing? I didn't know. I heard it in training day. But like,
you go to a fucking steakhouse and you order a baseball steak, they're gonna shoot you because it's a code word for something.
Yeah, right.
They bring you a fucking liverwurst.
Yeah. It came from Alonzo. You can't trust it.
There
It's like, and then when they introduce all the actors, and I was like, holy shit, fucking Tom Berenger's in this. Like, and I mean, if you remember Platoon, Tom Berenger played one of the best fucking villains in a war film ever made. And he was Tom Berenger's always smooth in everything he's in. I feel like he's like, if they ever wanted an American 007, and if they would have done it back in the day, Tom Berenger would have been the guy for the job, because he just, even in Inception, even though he didn't have the biggest part in the movie, he was just smooth. And it's just something about how Tom Berenger talks.
I love him in Major League.
Yeah, me too.
Major Leagues.
Me too. Like, and then you see Harris Yulin, which, I always remember him as the judge in Ghostbusters 2 that makes the slime all pissed off, and when the Scoleri brothers come out. And then the other dude from Falling Down, that's the asshole cop that's like, I don't ever trust a man that couldn't curse, or something like that. And he's just like a dick to Robert Duvall, like, and he's in it too.
That old man, he's like, when he's telling the story about the art thief.
Yes, with the peanut butter. Yes.
And shit.
Oh, it's such a great story too.
Beat the system. You got to give it to him.
He was
Is
like,
that what you think, huh?
He was like, oh, maybe not. And then he was like, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I see him out on the street. I'm gonna do it myself. Guy. Yeah. And then like I remember
Tom,
he was like, take away his guns.
It's just like, but yeah, it's a good thing because like Tom Berenger's not in it long, but it just lets you know that like even the upper echelons of the police
and how perfect that Tom Berenger is the one that's kind of like leading. That echelon of like the elites of the LAPD.
There's a deleted scene at the end
that he's in, and it makes me mad.
He's like trying to. Like through all this, he still like tries one more attempt. Like, you want to let the shit ride, or
And he was like, "What did you do with it?" I put it in evidence, and it's like, and you could just see the look on Tom Berenger's face, like, "Fuck, we're screwed. We're completely screwed."
Now
like,
all of us are going down.
Yeah, exactly, and like, which I really think. I know there's some people that say that they shouldn't. That it was good that they cut it. I don't think they should. Like, I thought that scene was so good.
It was, but at the same time, it's like, through all the emotional ride he had through that, it just kind of like...
give him a break.
Well,
just
not only that,
home.
but it's kind of implied. You know, that like when he busted Alonzo...
that
he was
everybody's
gonna bust
fucked.
everybody down the line because he was going to testify.
It was like dominoes,
Right.
Literally like
And
dominoes.
he knew that he was going to get in shit himself, but he was going to do the right thing no matter what.
Oh yeah, because like I always think about the part when Tom Berenger is saying, he's like, I heard you had an expensive night in Vegas. He's like, oh
Nothing I can't handle.
Yeah. He's like, I do not want you to dick this up. I don't want you to be on the front page of the newspaper like those other assholes. And like, I love that whole scene because it's like,
he's like, where are you going to get that kind of fucking money?
oh yeah, it was like, oh, I got an account, like a used one. Whose? It was
My
a
first
used
one.
Yeah. He's like, oh, and I love it too because it's so great because when you see that scene and you see the exchange between all of them, it is so beyond fucking convincing. Like you can tell that they have had
This has been
years
not their
of
first,
experience of doing this.
not their first rodeo.
Yeah, not at all. Like, cause like you could hear, like even in Tom Berenger's voice, he's like, what possible account could he have used at this point? 'Cause
cover
you could
that
see it-
much.
Yeah, because you could see it on his face. And also, I think you could see that there was a little bit of doubt in Tom Berenger's eyes because he was like, I think he's fucking lying, but whatever. He'll figure it out because
He always figures
he's
it out.
fucking
Yeah.
dirty, like he'll figure it out, which, he did. Like he took that fucking money.
Well, I love when they come out of
tried.
the restaurant
Yeah.
and Ethan Hawke's like, what was that all about? He's like, you don't want to know. And he's like, yeah, I do. He's like, warrants ain't free, Jake. He's like, you're right. I
Fuck,
didn't
man,
want to know.
shit, man, I didn't want to know. Yeah, and like you feel that too, like damn, and like and I love it because then when like after like they kill Roger and stuff like
Because
that.
that literally happens right after that.
Yep.
You meet the
Yep.
crew.
Yep.
And then that's when they go.
They go to
kick the
Roger,
door in.
and that's and that was another thing that was brilliant about that movie, is that you didn't realize that they were going to go to Roger's house
Because they keep saying Sandman until you get to his house.
and they shot the scene from the back of his house. Like that's what's also subtle. When they first introduce Roger's character,
It's
you
on the
see
front
it from
door.
the front door. And they see in the back door, and they walk in there, and they're like, "Oh fuck, they're going to Roger's house. Why the fuck are they doing that?" And then you find out Roger's a fucking Sandman. What the fuck? Like,
yeah,
that's-
it's to show how crooked Denzel is willing to go, like
Yeah.
shoot his friends.
Yep.
Like he even said, he's like, he was your friend. He's like, he was not a friend.
Because he knew
Yeah,
my
he
first
said he-
name.
yeah.
yeah, he was like, man, that cocksucker.
I watched him operate for years with impunity.
Yep.
And I finally got that motherfucker.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, like he was like he'd been looking forward to that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, which is even crazier. Like
which puts even more emphasis on the scene between them all earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just like I said, that's why this movie is a fucking masterpiece.
It-
because
oh my God.
It's just like everything connects so good.
I don't
dude.
think
Right.
people understand, like, this movie is more than just a crime drama. This movie is just like masterfully made. Like,
Yeah.
Michael Mann, I love you. You're one of the greatest filmmakers ever, but I don't even think he could do something this elaborate. Like that's how far, like, this might surprise you. As much as I love Heat, I put this over Heat. That's how amazing.
After rewatching it, like he is a very like
I love
by
it, but it was never even close to me. Like
Yeah.
this one's always been better.
well, he has
Yeah.
always been everyone's like this is like textbook crime dramas. Like
Nice
if you
movie.
say crime drama, Heat is like right there.
yes.
But this is more than that.
I think Training Day is like, the ultimate, like, I guess you could say predecessor to like what a crime drama really could be, because it started exploring kind of like elements, at least I feel like elements that you didn't really see explored previously. In
yeah,
other
we've
crime
seen Dirty
dramas.
Cocks, but cops.
We've seen Dirty Cocks. Well, sometimes they're the same thing.
Once a day I look at one. You know?
And they always got a badge.
But not to this extent. Like we
Yeah.
never got into the head of like a crooked.
And then
Yeah.
I swear, I think half of the shock or the allure of it is because it's Denzel.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
I said, when you're used to seeing him as the knight in shining armor, and then all of a sudden he's the Black Knight.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
he's the fucking wizard or
Yeah,
whatever. You
yeah.
know, like he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
like,
Right.
that don't make no sense. Like,
That's what made it so fucking great. Like, that's why I feel like it is head above shoulders better than Heat, like on every level. And like the one thing that I always get hanged up about Heat is the fucking exchange between Vince and his wife, because I still to this day don't feel like any of that's believable.
That is the thing,
Like,
because some of the things from Heat don't really hold up. You're like,
Yeah.
it feels dated. Watching Training Day still felt fresh.
yes, exactly.
Still felt so fresh.
100%. Like, I love Heat. There's like, it's very 50-50 though. There's some things that are still great and that still hold up.
That
There's
scene
other
in the
things that
diner
don't.
between Pacino and
it's one of the
De Niro
greatest
will-
scenes of all
will
time.
always
Oh, yeah.
still kill,
Yeah.
but
Well, and Wayne Grow is one of the greatest underrated villains ever. You know, like, especially when he was like, you got an appointment with the Reaper, you know, or something like that. And you're like, God damn, that's creepy. You know, and he does such a good job of convincing you. But Training Day, though, is just, I think that movie, like, I don't, if I was to do a top 5 favorite crime dramas, that would be so incredibly difficult for
I
me
wouldn't
to
even
do.
want to hurt my brain to try to.
No,
do that,
me
but-
neither. I know, but I know Training Day would be at least number
be in
1,
there.
number
It'd
2.
be in there.
Like, there's no way it wouldn't be on my list. Like, now we go to Smiley's
Yes,
house.
I was gonna say we no more putting it off. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk
I
about
can't.
This
I am like
legend.
ready to sink my teeth into this one because this scene like scared the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even as a fucking 18-year-old dumbass, completely baked out of him, I was cooked. And
Look at
I'm
all
like,
these fucking MS-13.
yeah,
face
right,
tats,
dude. Like,
fucking
and
just
fucking
thugging it, dude.
what's his name from fucking Breaking Bad? Tuco.
Yeah.
You know, and
You
he
mean the Spanish guy in every bad,
yeah, he's the
every
same,
crime
he's
drama?
essentially the
He
same
plays
character.
the same character.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love it though. He kills it.
yeah, he's great at it. Like,
Bam, man.
yeah. I love when he says to him, he was like, "Hey, rookie, you ever got your shit pushed in?" My what? Your shit pushed in. A simple question. And he was like,
I've had my shit
pushed in, man. Big time, bro. Yeah, like, and then like and Smiley is so smooth. Like, he's very likable too. He's like,
I'm
What you
always
doing,
getting love from the homies.
homies, baby. Yeah, and he's like, two pair, you fucking dumb truck. Like, I love when he says that.
Yeah, I grew up with guys like this, and it is scary because they really do reel you in like they're your best fucking friend.
Yes.
And then they will turn on you like on a dime.
Yep.
Hey,
They
cop,
don't give a fuck about you.
you want to
Yep.
play a hand? Nah, I'm just waiting for Alonzo. Alonzo's taking a shit, man.
Yeah, yes, play a hand, man. Yeah, like, and they start talking.
I love that line though. And he's like, "How long have you been a pig?" He's like, "I'm sorry, a police officer. I've been a pig for 6 months." He goes, "How you like it?" He goes, "I should have been a fireman."
I
love that.
That's so great too. Like, because like the modesty that came out of him in that moment. That's another thing that made Hoyt such a likable character. He's like, man, dude, I've had a fucking day. At this point,
And he doesn't even know that it's about to get turned to 11.
It's like, dude, it's about to get worse. Like, and then like the other thing that was subtle about it when he asked him if he could look at his Beretta, and he fucking took
like
the
this
clip
one?
out. Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "I seen that one. I want to see yours."
Oh yeah. Yeah, he does that cool little thing where the bullet pops out of the
He
chamber.
catches it.
Yeah, like, and he
You
was
have to show me that, man.
yeah, like,
learn
which
that in the academy?
Which that guy also has played the
Oh, yeah.
stereotypical
Yeah, he's been
gangster.
yeah.
I
He
mean,
was-
that all three of them have.
Yes, all three
all together.
Yeah. Cliff Curtis moved
I was
on a little
about
bit.
to say, Smiley played FBI agent.
Yes,
in
and
Live
Die
Free or
Hard.
Die
Yeah,
Hard.
exactly. I was going to say that. And he did play a very more elaborate terrorist in Collateral Damage with Schwarzenegger too. So like he's moved up some, and he's a fireman on some TV show.
I don't even know what nationality that guy is. I've seen him play a Mexican, an Arab.
Yeah, me neither. Like,
Like,
he had a small part.
He's actually white.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Probably.
maybe.
It's like
Fuck.
the whitest Mexican I've ever seen in my life. Like, yeah, and he was also in. He had a really small part in that Michael Mann movie, The Insider.
Yeah.
He was the guy that Al Pacino was talking to in the very beginning, where they had to blindfold him, and I'm like, and I didn't even know until I saw the movie about like 6 years ago, and I'm like, it's fucking Cliff Curtis. Like, I didn't know the guy was around that fucking long, like, because the first movie I saw him in was Training Day. But like, he was great in it too, and I kind of wish that they would have kept that scene in where Smiley was kind of apologizing to him after everything. Oh, wait. Okay, let's get to the part what happens. So then they fucking
Dude,
like,
the coldest shit ever is when he looks out the window and the
And the
car's
car is
gone.
gone.
And he says, "There's nobody out there for you, man."
You can tell his heart like sinks into his stomach because your heart sinks into your stomach because you know what's about to happen.
My heart was racing during that whole scene.
Dude, he hits old boy in the mouth, and then they bust that fucking beer bottle over his head, and old girl walks in. She's like, "Well, you fucked him up,
Bessie." He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Yeah, like
he throws her the money. He's like, "Go fucking count it. Make sure it's right this time." Yo, let me get the blender, Holmes. Blender's mine.
Then he fucking
they drag his ass, dude.
That was what scared the shit out of me is like when they take him in that bathroom and they point that fucking double barrel at his head.
Pull it back, Holmes. I can't see. Like he wanted to see his head get blown off.
That's what made it even fucking worse. And
because you know that shit really fucking happens. Like it's not just a movie.
A house full of people. There's probably kids in that house, bro.
Yeah.
But they just don't give a fuck, dude.
Right.
Well, there's like a block party going on out front. They're good.
Yeah, and they were blaring Cypress Hill. That was cool.
Oh, dude, that's the dopest. That's why I said it's epic soundtrack, bro. Like,
yes.
I bet the soundtrack on this bitch went double platinum.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, dude. Yeah. And then finally, saving grace, that fucking wallet, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the setup and the payoff, like it didn't feel cheesy. Like it felt earned.
Yeah, because if
really
there was ever a time in a movie that would have went bad, it was right there, dude.
Yeah.
I would actually argue with somebody if they tried to like shit on that. Like, no, that is absolutely earned. It was well placed.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Like that's
Agreed.
like that. I think that was great how they did it. Yes, maybe it was a little bit unbelievable, but
It's a movie.
Exactly. Like it's called heightened reality for a reason.
Yeah, it plays into his character. It's something his character would do and would have on him. That's why it's believable.
Exactly.
And if you think about the whole movie overall, it's literally like the only thing that went his way.
Yeah.
Up until that point.
That's true. That's
like
true.
he needed a win.
Right.
Like the audience at that point needed this fucking guy to get a break.
Sort of got one with the crackheads. Like, because
but like I said, it was only because he pulled that knife. Like Alonzo's like, well, you can't fucking kill him before I need him. You know what I mean? But I swear he wouldn't have got out of the fucking car if he hadn't like really been in danger.
Yep.
You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. And like, but like, and then afterwards, like, I love the fucking look when he tells him, like, he gets on the phone and he was like,
"We're gonna get to the bottom of your bullshit.
We're gonna get to the bottom of your bullshit."
She's a civilian, Holmes.
Yeah, he's like you fucked up. Like, you fucked up. Yeah, like he gets on the phone. And he was like, she's like, "So did you go to school today?" And he's like,
"All day."
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, I was there." Like, that always made me laugh when she goes, "Yeah, I was there." Like, all day.
We were there. We've done that. Yeah.
I was gonna say she actually sounded like a kid, like
she did.
trying to get away with
She
a lie.
did. That was because like you could even see her like swallowing like in discomfort.
Yep,
So,
I went all day.
All day. I was there. Yeah. What are you
I
talking
didn't
about?
ditch once, not one time.
Right.
Tell me the truth. You know what? I wasn't there.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, well, I heard different." Like, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, like I got jumped by these two crackheads," and I love how she says like they like try to rape me.
Yeah, that was so casual.
Like
you
she
know
was
how
telling
they
him the
do
weather.
it. Yeah.
You know how they do it in the streets.
You know, it's Tuesday. You know, I wear my little girl outfit. They try to rape me. It happens every week.
I told him I was gonna stop taking that way.
It's so true. It's so true. Like, and then like he's like, he goes, and then he was like,
But
she's like, but this
then
white cop,
white boy
this
came
cop
out of
came.
nowhere.
And like he kicked their asses like that.
She's like, but they almost killed him.
Yeah.
He's like, what he looked like? She's like, I don't know.
He was a white boy.
a white boy. He's young,
That's
scrawny.
the only thing that saved his fucking ass, boy. Dude, and it's even crazier because, like, you hear him pleading, I have a daughter.
I have a little
I
girl."
saved her.
Yeah.
I saved her. They were going to fucking rape her. And they didn't give a fuck. They were still just as ready to blow his fucking head off. Like,
But this part is so important because it also shows the respect, like how the streets really are. You show me respect, I'll show you respect.
Yep.
He saved his nephew,
his niece,
whatever.
niece, yeah.
And he's like, all right, well, I'll give you a life for a life kind of thing. So that's what it's a really important
you could tell
scene.
nothing like that had ever happened because they're shocked.
Yeah.
Because when he gives the shotgun to old boy behind him,
Life's
and he's
a
like,
trip, kind of.
and he said, this is fucked up, Holmes. Like, because like they were surprised, like, you're gonna spare this motherfucker?
I always laugh too because when fucking oh my God, when Tuco goes, I know that's not his name in the movie, but like when he goes, he's like, some trippy ass shit, Holmes. To this day, I say that like when something crazy happens, like some trippy ass shit, Holmes. Like,
So what, you gonna blast this fool or what?
he's like,
Our mom was telling the truth.
He was telling the truth. He was like, and he was like, damn.
He just like puts the towel over him. Like
you messed up my floor.
Yeah. I know you almost killed you, but we're cool now.
You know this shit was just business, right?
Yeah.
Like I was really like thinking to myself, like, what else was he gonna say to him?
Right.
He couldn't even get words out. He was just like,
Yeah.
Right,
And
you know
then
what
the
I'm saying?
deleted scene, you see Smiley try to get him to convince him to not be a cop anymore. He was like, life's too short, man. You should go do something else. Like, and it's like, I mean, that I feel like that would probably be like a conversation that like that after everything they'd been through.
if his character hadn't just like fucking melted down at that point,
Yeah.
and he went the good way, like I honestly could have seen him just leaving that house and going home.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
just getting into the bed with his wife and baby and just be like, I'm never leaving here.
You
again.
would have thought that's
Right.
what he would have done, but
I
it was
probably
like-
would have.
Yeah,
For sure.
me too. Yeah, me too. Fuck yeah,
But
me too.
the hate and the anger, you can see it because he almost looks like he's about to turn fucking Super Saiyan
Yeah,
walking through the project.
I was gonna say
Right.
Hoyt got a little scary towards like the end of the movie.
I was
'cause-
just done with it. Like,
Yeah,
he almost
love-
got killed for his bullshit.
I love that scene. He's walking through with purpose, and that was the
Yes.
last thing Denzel told him at the beginning of the movie. Don't ever come out here without me.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And there's dudes sitting on the roof, and old boy has a fucking bazooka.
yeah.
And he yells out to him, "You gonna need more than that, white boy?" Like the
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
one
yeah,
guy
and you
that-
hear another one go like, "What you doing here, white boy?" Yeah, like
What you
dude.
doing here, rookie?
Yeah,
You hear
yeah,
like
yes.
you're like a shotgun getting cocked in the background. Like it's crazy, dude.
when he walks in there. But the one thing that he had on his side too is everybody there was sick of Alonzo's shit.
Yeah.
like Bones
Yeah, we
was
didn't
sick
talk
of their
about
shit.
it, but he was like, "Hey man, I appreciate what you did for my nephew." You
That's
know what
some
I'm
real
saying?
shit. And he
And
was
then
like,
he walks up there and he's like, "I hate that
he
motherfucker."
was like, man, I'm sick of that motherfucker. Like, yeah, it's like he was like, man, I hate his ass.
Because he like tells Terry Crews like, "Make sure you call me." Because
Yeah.
like
yeah, and
work
you
for
could-
me.
You could tell like Bones just was fucking like done with his ass, and then it was like, and then when it happened, Bones was like, yeah, fuck yeah, we finally got a reason to get this motherfucker out of our lives, like, and then
Because it's pretty much what he was doing.
yeah,
He was holding their hood hostage because
Yeah.
that's where his baby mama and illegitimate child lived.
yes,
Because that was the deal. I keep y'all out of fucking prison and y'all keep my baby mama safe
yep,
here in this place.
exactly.
And he gave him a place to hide out and shit when stuff was good because them Russians weren't going to roll through there.
No, hell no.
Right.
Well, that was the thing too. Like Hoyt, not Hoyt. Bones kind of knew that. Like I think, and like I think you even see Bones and Terry Crews like watching him.
He goes, "You got business here, rookie?"
Yeah.
And
he
he's
was
like,
I
"I'm here
wanna-
for Alonzo."
Yes, that's
And
right.
they just
That's-
stand out of the fucking way.
You're like,
Go ahead, bro.
Go
Handle
ahead.
your business.
Yeah, and it's like, oh man, this is gonna get good, And then like when he walks in there, and
That's a great scene, too, man.
that's such a great scene. Especially Eva Mendes naked. That was great too.
Only movie you ever get to see her nude in, dude.
Yes,
It's
that's
so
true.
brief.
Yeah, it's brief, but it was effective.
Your pause
You
game
know?
had to be your pause game had to be perfect back
Yeah,
in
it
the day.
really
dude.
did. Like, oh, I see it. I see
Half a
it.
titty.
Yeah,
Like,
little bit of hair. But yeah, like, and then like, I love it when he throws him the pillowcase and he tells him like, put all of your guns in there. He's like, how about you give me the one in your back pocket? Like, how many?
In your
give me-
ankle.
Yeah, your ankle too. He's like, oh, you want the one in my back pocket too? And he just pulls out this fucking Glock and throws it in there. It's like, damn, the motherfucker's Elon. Like,
smoking the shit out of that cigarette. Man.
yeah, oh yeah.
At 12 years old, I was like, I'm gonna smoke cigarettes one day.
I don't ever think I saw anybody smoke the shit out of a cigarette like Alonzo has, like in anything ever. Like he smokes the fuck out of it.
There's a couple movies over the years. The guys
There
just smoke
is
the shit out of cigarettes.
Yeah, I was
man.
gonna
Too
say
cool.
you could say True Romance between.
I was just about to say Dennis
Yeah.
Hopper.
Dennis
Ah,
Hopper and fucking
Can
yeah.
I get one of those Paul Malls?
Yeah, let me give him one of those Chesterfields. Yeah,
that's what it was.
yeah. Like,
Chesterfields,
but like, yeah, like in that scene though, And he says to him, he was like, and I love it because Alonzo was surprised when he saw Hoyt.
Yeah, because when he's like, congratulations.
You made
You're
it.
in.
But
Like
he's
like so like he saw a fucking ghost. Yeah.
Because low key he was like a little.
Fuck did you live?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. It kind of made me think of like Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. Like, impossible.
You're supposed to be dead.
Yeah. It can't be. That was The Dark Knight Rises before The Dark Knight Rises. Like,
He made me want to put a shotgun under my bed.
right? Yeah.
I'm
That's
surgical
what I'm
with
saying.
this bitch, Jake.
Yeah, I'm surgical with how you want it, dog.
Remember that fool in the wheelchair?
Yeah, I put him there. Yeah. Oh my god.
The wife pointed out a good point in the movie because Denzel, his son, is out there and he's trying to get him. He's like, mijo, which means son.
Yeah.
And then you see Ethan Hawke's character saying mijo because he thinks that's his name.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak Spanish, so he doesn't realize he's like son.
That's so great too.
Yeah.
Like
It's
like
just a nice little touch.
That's actually pretty brilliant
Yeah.
because you're just like, oh, well, I don't remember in that moment. You're not going to remember somebody's name when you just got introduced to him earlier after all the shit that's happened. Like, oh, I'll just repeat what he said. Just
Yeah.
And that's fucking brilliant. Like,
Well, I mean, that was probably the second most important thing he did that day was watch cartoons and draw pictures with that kid.
yeah.
While
exactly.
Denzel was in there wearing her out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they were taking a nap and shit together. Like they bonded out there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how long he was hitting that ass.
Yep.
So like the kid, like he went to the right one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like that was a very, very vital moment for Jacob Hoyt's life right there. Like, and then like afterwards, like when the whole like, and then after that, like fucking, I'll never forget like when fucking Alonzo flicked the cigarette and
In his face,
his face is like, damn man, like this motherfucker's dirty, like dirty as fuck, like and then like
Just when you think he can't get more dirty, he rubs more dirt on himself.
Beats his ass.
Yeah.
Beats his ass all through that pigeon coop, man.
yeah, he does. Like
Destroying
there's
it,
only
dude.
this is gonna be like kind of ridiculous. My only criticism is it's a little callback to what Alonzo did to that crackhead, but he fucking pistol whipped fucking Alonzo's nuts. I'm like, there's no way that he's gonna get, dude. That's a Beretta
Oh, my bad.
in
dude.
your nut bag at full force. Like he didn't just like fucking nut check him. He went
Yeah.
bah! Like, as
Adrenaline.
hard as he could. And like he doubles over for a second. I'm like, no. You're not gonna give me that, oh, adrenaline kicked in bullshit. He hit him in the nuts with a Beretta. he's gonna go down for at
He's
least
out
a
for
good
the
5
count.
minutes. Yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't throw up.
yeah, like, yeah, right? Like now if it would have been like the gut, okay, I could see maybe him bouncing out like back a little bit faster. That's my only critique in the entire movie is that. Like, don't put nut shots in there and not make them count.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's just, I'm sorry. We're all dudes here. We know how sensitive
Somebody's
they
gotten
are.
kicked in the nuts one too many times.
Yeah, right. And like, yeah, I was gonna say
This
unless
is where he
Alonzo's
gets
wearing
his
a
soapbox out. Like,
right.
unless Alonzo was wearing a fucking jock strap like that. That's the oh no, that wouldn't protect him. Like, or if he was wearing a fucking, well, he definitely wouldn't be wearing a chastity belt. You know, like after he's fucking nailing Eva Mendes. You
so
know,
he probably drained
would be
his
funny.
balls and there was nothing in there to
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
see, you fucked up again, rookie. I got a bulletproof vest there.
His big dick was in front of his balls and it protected from it.
Yeah, he just bit his dick in half.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it was. But the
Damn, you
greatest,
fucked up my dick, rookie.
the greatest part is when they get down to the car
Oh, 100%.
I
and everybody
love
in the
that
neighborhood's
scene.
out there to see it.
And Hoyt is so fucking crazy at this point. That's what I love. Like, you know, like he's thinking like Hoyt's all
10,000.
fucked
First
up.
one puts a bullet in this motherfucker.
Oh, but he jumps on Alonzo's car. I don't even think I saw that coming. I was like, oh my God. He literally leaped off the roof onto fucking Alonzo's car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, and that's how bad Hoyt wanted Alonzo.
Right. Yeah. He's so sick of his shit.
Yeah, he was like, no, I'm fucking your shit up. And he did. Like after like they crashed in that other car and he flies off the car, Hoyt gets up, fucking punches him in the face twice. and then and pulls the bag out and pulls him out of the car. And then I remember and that's when Alonzo is like, he's like,
I'm gonna get that bag.
Nigga. Yeah, I'm
gonna get that bag.
I'm gonna get that bag. I'm gonna get that bag. Yeah,
and you ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah. He's
and that's when he shoots him in the ass. It's great.
Oh, it's so
shot me in the ass.
He shot me in the ass. I need that money, Jake. Give me my money. Oh my God. So
say you gotta put your own work in around here, homie.
I love that line. That's like one of my favorite lines. Like, you got us twisted here, homie. Man, you got to put your own work in here, homie. Oh, it's like that. Yeah, it's like that.
I live here.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, the classic build up to King Kong ain't got shit on me. Mm-hmm. But I love what he says. He's like, you motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay. Oh, he was like, shoe program, nigga. And what was it? The other thing that he said, he was like,
23-hour lockdown.
Yeah, 23-hour lockdown. Yeah, God, it was such a great line, and you could see that
I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
I love that. That I should have remembered that. That's one of my favorite lines. All right, yeah, I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
And then the fact that the whole neighborhood just turns their back on him. Bro, we're tired of hearing.
And it was kind of funny too, because all are like, man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, even the old women that are out there man, fuck this guy,
bitch. Yeah, you could. Yeah, especially everybody that was walking. I was like, shut up, bitch. Nobody cares. I'm glad that white boy fucked you up. Oh. And he definitely fucked Alonzo up. He did he did the worst thing that you could ever do to that character. Take that money away. He is fucked.
Yep.
And he knew it because
he killed him without even having to kill him.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He knew by letting that happen that he was as good as dead, man.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy because if it hadn't been under those circumstances, if it would have been something else, that Hoyt probably would have killed him himself if it hadn't been for the things with the Russians. But he's like, no, I don't need to do it. I don't need to do it.
I want to send you to jail or whatever it was.
Yeah, and he was like...
Yeah, because he could have arrested him, sent him to jail, but...
Well, that's what he gave him the choice. He's like, you want to go to jail or you want to go home? Because that's what he kept saying to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he made him make that choice. And he was like, I'm not going to jail.
I always love when he walks up to him and he pulls the badge off of him and he's like, you don't deserve this.
Go ahead, Jake. Shoot me.
You gonna shoot a cop? You know what? Well, you know what it smells like? What does he say? He goes like when you're in there, he talks about the death penalty and he goes, you know what they have in there? Pine oil. That's what you're gonna be smelling, Chang. Pine oil. And I was like, God damn, man. This movie is so brutal. Even the dialogue is brutal.
I was just about to say, right before that scene ends, and it shows him trying to light that cigarette. And he's biting the shit out of the filter on it.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what a day.
Yeah, what a motherfucking day. Yeah.
I'm winning anyway.
I can't
And then he
lose.
yells at him one more. Jay!
I need that money.
One more time. Just like, Jay! And then, of course, when he pulls up to the red light, it's just like, you already know what time it is, man.
Yeah, because he pulls up beside that van and you're like, is that it? Is that going to happen?
Well, I mean, when you see this Russian woman, very exotic looking, just lighting that cigarette, you're like, that's a bad sign. Because, this girl just doesn't give a fuck. It's there's something nefarious that's about to happen. And
I love how they whacked him like Sonny and Good Godfather.
Yeah,
they just fucking completely.
It's definitely a callback.
Machine gun the fuck out of this guy.
Oh, yeah. And, even the way Alonzo goes down was it was kind of disturbing.
You felt bad.
But
to a
you
certain
didn't.
extent. Yeah, exactly.
You're like,
I hate this happened to him because there was probably a point in time where he was actually a good cop.
Yeah.
You want to know something that's ironic? Mm-hmm. We were talking about earlier our top 5 favorite Denzel Washington movies. There's the photo that they show of him younger in his police uniform is from Ricochet.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's funny.
That that's something that's a fun fact that I've been sitting on for years.
Why'd you wait till the end of the podcast to say it?
Yeah. Fucking slid it in.
Yeah, I did.
Like a gym, dude.
I had to.
Great.
I've been waiting 4 fucking years. I've been waiting. I was like, ooh, when we do training day, I cannot wait to drop that one. That's gonna be a bomb.
And when they're doing and it's showing the sun coming up over the city, and it's talking down the radio about how a highly decorated police officer was killed.
Yeah.
With surviving a wife and 3 sons.
Yes. Oh.
Because it even touches back to earlier in the movie when he's like, you got a wife, you got a kid. He's like, I have a wife and I have a daughter. And he's like, I got 4 boys. I don't miss. Have your old lady hit me up one time if you need one.
I can't miss. Yeah.
And he's like, he just kind of like gives him that like, that's not necessary or whatever. He's like, I got my queen too.
So
like,
you probably fuck her face to face, don't you?
You gotta take that love and bury that shit deep out here. He goes,
Like
you can't let them see
maggots out here, I'll see that and they'll eat you up. Yeah. Oh, it's such a great, one of the greatest movies ever fucking made.
Yeah, this gets a 10 out of 10 on the par scale.
Yeah,
I have to agree. This, like you said earlier, it's a masterpiece. It's so perfectly done. It's so perfectly acted, and especially with this 4K release, like I can't wait for you to watch it.
Oh, I can't wait
and
either.
see what they've done to this movie.
I'm buying it next week. I can't. Like I said, I can't wait any longer.
It's couldn't be higher
Oh,
recommended.
it's gonna look so beautiful in my collection, dude. I sent you the pictures, didn't I? Like, oh my god.
I meant to send you my TikTok last week. I got a shit ton of Blu-rays.
Did you?
For the cheap, bro.
Of course you did.
For the dollars.
I always tell you, bring them and do them on the podcast.
We didn't get together last week.
That's true.
But yeah, I had to show them on that.
I'm gonna go on one of these little trips with you one of these
Oh,
days.
bro, you're more than welcome to come.
I gotta do it. I'm gonna bring Waylon too, because like he's just
he'll love it.
He just got introduced to the flea market game, and I think it's changed him forever.
Because out there, like $3 to a kid, you're like, he's gonna be leaving with arms full of shit.
He walked away like gangbusters today.
And little kids, them old people love little kids.
Yeah, they do.
But every time I bring my daughter out there, she leaves like 4 things I didn't buy.
He came home. Yeah, exactly. He came home with a Hulk and a T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Oh, if he likes it, he can just have that.
Yeah, there's a couple times they
should have
did
charged
that.
me $5 for that shit.
Oh, no, right?
Yeah.
Like,
right?
you're going to resell it.
Yeah, but you fucking nerd. Like, that's $10 for
Are
you.
you an adorable little child?
No,
you are
not.
You pay full fucking price.
It's so true.
Like, yeah, man. Anytime, man. Just holler at me.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Like, like maybe you could bring your kid and I'll bring mine. We'll just go on a fucking raid.
My kids don't like going anymore because once they get their shit, then it's time to go.
Oh, and Daddy's not done.
You know, this is Dad's game day.
Yeah.
We're out here. Like, we're doing this shit. Like,
no, we're gonna be here all day.
Like, I eat breakfast before I came. So, like, you better tighten that fucking chin strap, kids, because Dad's ready to play.
Yeah. He's gonna be out there wheeling and dealing.
Dude, I'm out there at least minimum 2 hours. So,
yeah,
like,
no, you have to be.
My kids are like sitting on the ground. Bang. We're tired. It's fucking hot. It's like,
sorry,
I'm leaving you fuckers at the house. Like, y'all aren't gonna ruin this. This is my thing. It's my Super Bowl.
Is that why you don't take me anymore?
No, you know you're come anytime you want. Greg don't like to get up, man.
Yeah. Dude, like when I took him to the flea market today, I was like, I saw his face light up the same way I did when we used to have the big top, still around. Yeah. And he had that same look on his face like I did. And it was ironic that we're talking about training day today, because it was like when Roger goes, yeah, the same goddamn look, same one in the goddamn world. You look just like that. It's like, that was me right there when I was at the big top flea market. It's like, wow, comic books, half price, like amazing, like action figures loose, whatever. I'm gonna buy them anyway. They got some good shit there,
right?
You
can find so many good movies. Like I always go in there and look for hidden gems, kind of like he does.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's great. Like I forgot like how fun it can be.
So I
always feel bad taking Greg because like I go out there and I spend all my money.
Yeah.
If I leave with money, I'm mad at myself.
Well, because
this fucking guy doesn't spend shit.
It's because I'm looking for
the gems.
Not gems. I'm just looking for something special. I almost bought that fucking bat. That taxidermied bat. Yeah. That crazy lady. That's the shit I'm looking for.
Kind of good that you didn't.
Yeah. Now that I think about it.
It's just rotting in your house.
Hindsight's 2020.
I actually remember that story. I actually remember you guys mentioning that on an earlier episode.
I just remember this lady selling it so hard. Like, this was like the most rare bat ever. Like, this is the bat.
What was it like? What was it? The Auburndale one? The Auburndale flea market?
That's the Silver Moon.
Oh shit! I forgot that they did that there.
Yeah.
damn.
But yeah, this lady, she gets bats overseas.
Because you can't get them in America.
You can't because it's legal, but she imports them taxidermied, and so that's how her little loophole. And then she sells them, but she like dresses them up. Like she had a little Batmobile under this bat, and I was like, I want it. Like it's so weird. And that's the kind of shit I look for.
It's still creepy as fuck.
I actually kind of get that.
Yeah.
Like I probably would have been interested in
She
that
had
too.
one like in a little coffin. Like,
Yeah.
it was all kinds of weird shit, but like she still comes out there every now and then.
That is kind of cool.
So can I give since you have your own little segment on, I don't know when you're going to be on again. It might be in the next 6 months. Who knows?
Yeah.
Can I give a suggestion for your next movie?
Yeah, of course.
Blue Steel?
Fuck yes. Of course. I have been waiting for that one too.
It comes up on every podcast you do. And I'm like, why doesn't he just do Blue Steel?
I know.
I've never seen it. So
You have Tubi, don't you?
yeah.
It's on there.
I have to be.
Both of you watch it.
So-
Like that's the next episode.
We'll get
Sorry,
there.
True Romance. Like you get pushed back again.
You just had to fucking say something, didn't you? Because I would have loved True Romance. You had to fucking say something.
I just been wanting to watch Blue Steel and I want to hear him talk about it. He's
I
so
can wait.
passionate
I
about
can
it.
wait.
This movie, it's like, okay, it's Catherine Bigelow. She's amazing, just about everything she's ever done. You know, you hear me quote Point Break all the fucking time. Blue Steel is like, man, it's like Point Break and Blue Steel. They're seriously like neck and neck with each other. Like how much I love those movies. And I love Near Dark too. I love just about everything she's ever done, but like Blue Steel's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like and it's like my favorite Jamie Lee Curtis movie.
I know you talk about it. That's what gave you the short haircut on.
Yeah.
Girls.
Oh, dude. Like, yeah. When I talk about if I had a
True
clone.
Lies.
Yeah. I mean, like, but if you had a clone of, we talked
Well,
about
I mean,
this.
Trading Places. She's hot,
Oh
too.
yeah, that too. And that one that she did with John Travolta, where she's shaking that ass. You know, and she's what was it like? They were like a like Richard Simmons kind of instructor kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like her and oh god, some of those scenes with John Travolta like moving his pelvic bone in those tights. I'm like, yeah, can you get the camera off of that and just go back to Jamie Lee Curtis?
But yeah, I figured it would be a good pick whenever we do to get together again in the next like 6 months to a year.
Yeah, I'm totally into that. Like, cause I've watched it so many times. I can't wait for you guys to see it, especially now that you guys have Tubi.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like,
I thought you were going to say Hard Rain.
Hard Rain. That's a good
now
one.
if
too.
you would have
Or
said
Black
Black Rain,
Rain,
yes,
that's what I'm
Black
saying.
Rain, yeah.
Hard Rain's a video game.
Oh, damn! You just changed.
Well,
the
you
game.
have your own segment, so you're gonna have plenty of time.
Okay, yeah. Black Rain will
do
be the
Black
year
Rain.
after. It's like
It's like the Olympics.
it's like-
we know where the next 5 are going to be.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. So what do you got? What do you got booked for War with Cinema? You should do this. No, sorry, there's already 5 movies that have been booked for the last 5 years.
Yeah,
like this,
yeah, right.
like I can't deviate from the list. It's got to be
mail
really,
it in.
Yeah, it's
Mail
got
it
to
in.
be.
We'll
It's
review
got
it.
to be really important in order for me to change it.
To break
But
this chain, yeah.
Yeah, this is solid. But like, yeah, I'm totally all right. Well, 6 months from a year from now, when I come back to War with Cinema, it's gonna be fucking Blue Steel.
Well, the next episode we're going to go back to how it was. I'm still on the year of comedy.
Yeah.
And,
really?
Yeah, I've been doing a year of comedy. I don't know if you've been listening to them, but
No, I got a lot to catch up on. Actually,
I've been all over the fucking place with my picks this year.
yeah, I've been throwing him off his game. So I've just been doing like lower talked about, like we did Death to Smoochie, we did Cable Guy.
I did listen to that. I listened to that one in the Cable Guy.
Like I'm doing these comedies that people don't really talk about, and my next pick is going to be Zohan.
Oh, of course, I've heard you mention Zohan.
I
so
made
many
you
times.
and that
Yes,
girl watch
yes,
it, and you guys
yes.
hated it. You're like, it was so dumb, and I was like, yeah.
It didn't help that Jessica was there. Like
Don't put it on her. You didn't like it either.
I didn't, but she made it worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me make love to your mother one more time. And we go.
I'd probably feel
But I
very
just-
differently about it now. Like, You know, it all boils down to the company that you have.
This is very true.
You know, like, and she was just making everything so miserable.
I hate when I'm enjoying the fuck out of a movie and whoever's watching it with me, it just looks like they're in pain.
Right.
Like, that's like the worst thing
It
ever
is.
about watching a movie.
That's why we don't do them together anymore. You ruin these movies for me. I'm having a good time, and you're like, what is this shit?
You killed the mood.
There's like one we did that with, and I was just completely like, oh, this is painful.
Don't do that with anything with David Lynch with Nick.
We did Blue Velvet, but I have not.
You're a trooper for that one.
Yeah,
but
he
I
was
love
really
Dennis Hopper in that movie, man.
Yeah,
He killed
that's
that.
yeah. I was surprised that you liked it more.
I'll fuck
than you
anything
thought.
that moves.
Yeah,
Yeah, he definitely liked it a lot more than I expected him to.
yeah.
I was really surprised on that.
I
one.
was surprised too because I was like, oh, that's like one of those ones that me and Greg talk about, like we're like passing it around like it's some kind of drug.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
like you got to try for the first time. Like that's what it is. Like with David Lynch, like. You ever seen a David Lynch movie? Here, check this out. Twin Peaks.
First hit's free, man.
Yeah, right.
That's like some 8mm shit. Like when he's like, he goes into that fucking that nasty fucking porn underbelly, and then like Nicolas Cage asked him, he's like, "Do you got snuff?" And he was like, "What you see is what I got here, Mister." He was like, "I can pay you." He was like, "Fuck off." Like, but like he says to him, he was like, "Oh no." He says to him, he was like, "Rape films, tough shit. $200 and you get one for free." Something like that. It's like, God damn, that's a high price for a fucking VHS.
Right. But yeah, like I was gonna do Little Nicky, but everyone knows who Little Nicky, and people talk about how Zohan was like his fall off. But I really don't feel like it was. I feel like Zohan is a
Like
lot
Jack and
funnier.
Jill was his fall off.
Yes, 100%. So I just don't feel like Zohan gets the attention that it deserves. It's really funny, and I want to talk about it.
I'm down.
Oh yeah, but I got
You know me, I love a good Sandler.
I went to Best Buy to
Bought
pick.
that movie,
I bought what?
the first one.
Oh yeah. Bought the wife her birthday present, and I figured I'd pick up a couple movies while I was there. So I figured I could talk about them while we're here. That's what we do. You know,
we
it's the
do.
end of the
Is
sec-
that a Criterion that I see?
Yeah, it is.
I
But
thought
I'll
so.
get to it.
See, that's how fucking nerdy I am. Like, that we are.
You
Like,
just see the clear packaging. You're
yeah,
like,
I know. That's Criterion or it's Arrow. It's one of the two.
Well, I picked up Nope because it's on sale.
Yeah.
I figured it was the price that it deserved to be.
Yeah, yeah, probably. You're probably.
Have you
right.
seen it?
No, not yet. My niece keeps telling me like
I've
you
heard
should
mixed
watch
feelings about it.
I have mixed feelings about it because he brought symbolism in movies to the masses. Like everyone was talking about symbolism in movies and it made me super excited. But at the same time, I don't love the story.
it. Yeah,
Like I don't think it's a well written story, but I love that he's bringing like symbolism and people like looking more into movies than
Yeah.
just the story.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very important film and I do like it to a certain extent. I don't love it, but I feel it's an important film. So I wanted to go
Stupid
ahead and
fucking
get
name.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah, it is.
So George Miller did a movie,
Oh, I've heard about that.
and I've heard it's 3,000 Years of Longing. I don't know. It has Idris Elba,
I fuck with George
Tilda
Miller, though.
Swinton. So that's what I'm saying. Like people are hot and cold on this one. Some people love it. Some people don't care for it. I figured I'd give it a shot.
Yeah,
You know,
why not?
It's about a genie.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Idris
George
Elba as a
Miller and
genie.
Idris. Yeah, exactly.
I'll watch Idris Elba play anything.
Yeah,
100%.
Me too.
That's where I'm at.
I love
That's
Idris
British
Elba.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Yes, he totally fucking is. If they were to do a Training Day remake, Idris.
Turns out, after all these years, Training Day is just a British, like an American remake of the old Idris Elba
I
film.
would be surprised. I would be surprised.
Fucking Ricky Gervais played Ethan Hawke's part.
That's so stereotypically true. That's why it's so funny. Like,
Alonzo, why?
we're-
Why?
yeah,
That's a movie I need to see.
I was gonna say either Ricky Gervais or Martin Freeman, one of those two.
Oh, dude, that's even better.
Yeah,
That's
you're
even
right.
better.
Martin Freeman is the British Ethan Hawke.
He really is.
So doing the podcast, I realized Terry Gilliam, I love him and he's one of my favorite directors.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw this one at Best Buy Criterion. I was like, I want to get it. It's The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
He was the one that wrote Breaking Bad, right? Terry Gilliam?
No, that's Vince. Vince Gilligan.
Yeah, my bad.
No, Terry Gilliam is the 12 Monkeys. He was in the...
yeah.
He was also the one that originally wanted to adapt Watchmen first.
Oh, really?
Way before Zack Snyder.
I didn't know that.
Like back in the late 80s.
When Zack Snyder knocked it out the park with 300, they just gave him whatever property he
Yeah, it's
wanted.
like,
They're
you want to do
still
Watchmen?
doing it.
Here.
Yeah.
Like,
You want to do a Batman movie? You want to do Superman? Fuck it, you can do it at the same time.
it's so true.
We want to be in the Zack Snyder business, baby.
It's
We
like,
saw what you did with
he
that
makes
fucking
fucking
movie.
money.
Yeah.
Like,
Warner Brothers just kept backing up the money truck. Beep, beep.
Do whatever you want.
yeah. Fine, you want to do Justice League? We'll give you Justice League.
Want to do it twice? Go
Yeah.
We didn't do it right. You can do it again.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Well, they kind of fucked that up. That's on them.
No.
Yeah,
I know.
Joss
it is.
Whedon, they fucked that one.
oh,
up.
yeah, they did. They did.
Here, fix this for us.
That's why I love the Snyder Cut so much, because like that'll never happen again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to own both those copies just to have it in my collection, being like, look, these are two different movies and they're the same movie at the same time.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
fucking crazy is that?
Yeah.
What's
Yes.
insane to me is the Snyder Cut's 4 hours, and I swear, other than like maybe 10 to 15 minutes, it's all new footage.
Yeah.
It's almost like it is literally watching two different movies.
But it's the same movie.
Right?
It's fucking
Yeah.
insane. It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
And my stepdad gave me his copy of the Justice League.
Yeah.
It's collecting dust, but I own it.
You have to have both.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted that steelbook so bad with all of them holding up their weapons. Like, fuck, I missed that train.
I don't have the Steelbook, but I have the
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
There's a few like 4Ks out right now that like I've been eyeballing the shit out of. Obviously, Training Day is like number one, but like I finally broke down and I got the Thing on
Yeah.
4K steelbook.
The series?
No, the not the John Carpenter
The
one.
Oh,
original.
okay.
And like I was like at first I was like, well, I already got the Scream Factory version, and then like you know what fucking made me finally just do it? I spent almost $100 on this fucking thing.
Why?
And like it looks so good. Okay. And also it is like one of the greatest John Carpenter movies ever made.
I saw it when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since. I remember watching it when I was a kid, and I did love it.
It's so amazing. You
My
gotta
dad
watch
always
it
liked
again.
Yeah.
And it's fucking Kurt Russell. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, you know how much of a hard on I have for Kurt Russell. But, like,
100%. You can't talk about Mick without Kurt Russell.
yeah, exactly. It's
He just had a birthday.
Yeah, I know. I wished him one too, you know, but you know he didn't respond. But you know,
He's
like,
busy. He'll get around
you
to
know,
it.
but it'll be fine. Like we're good friends. But yeah, like he was. But like yeah, I saw that. But the prequel is getting a release on 4K, and the
Yeah.
steelbook looks really fucking good. And I'm like, think about that for a second, dude. Think about that. You're gonna get that, but you're not gonna have the 4K of the first one.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to sit real well with you. You're going to be seeing that one, and the other one's going to be like, that's feeling pretty fucking lonely, you know? So I was like, God damn it. So, like, I got on eBay and I ordered it.
I do the same thing.
I know. So, I always joke that, like, me, you, and Steve are the suckers for that, like, all day long. Like,
Yeah, I'm not as bad as I was, but every once in a while I'll get there.
Last Steelbook I bought, I fucking love the way it looks.
What's that?
Zoolander. Have you seen it?
Oh.
It's got the Magnum. He's got the Magnum face on it.
No.
It's fantastic.
I have to see it because
It would
I
have to
did
be-
love
Yeah, I haven't
Zoolander.
seen it either.
It's beautiful. I'll send you a picture of it.
Can
What
I
is it,
have
just a Blu-ray or?
No, you can't have it. It's mine.
We'll run it on 2 hours. I know we can run the rest of the night if I
Yeah.
let this
Yeah,
go. So
we
I'm
could.
going to cut it short. Thank you for coming on. Thank you
Yeah,
for
of
talking about
course.
Training Day. It was a lot of fun.
It really was. I
I love it when Mick comes.
I love being
I bet
here.
you do.
No, I love being here with you guys. Like,
You gotta be
and
on that one.
I probably say this almost every time I do an episode, but I think this one might have upped the ante on all out of all the episodes we've done. Like, this is probably
We stayed on track this one the most that we have most of them.
yeah.
So I have to.
I loved it because like even when we veered, it was still all in the same arena.
Yeah, it was still
Yeah, it
talking
was.
about
It's mostly like Denzel or like what this guy was good in us, but we still brought it back home.
Very, very little Kurt Russell or Michael Bean references this time.
You're getting a lot better.
Yeah.
I've improved.
Fucking blast as always, dude.
Right. It really is. It really
thank
is.
you for coming on. But,
yeah, man. Thank you. Like, it's one of the funnest podcasts I'll ever do.
Well, next time you come on, it's going to be Blue Steel. But next week, it's going to be Zohan. So until then, I'll see you later, guys.
Later, y'all.
Later.